Hello everybody and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. And guys, it's good to be back. It's been 2 weeks. I missed you. My name is Barry and I will be your Dungeon Master for this campaign, and I'm joined by 3 very wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Anne. I play Kala Lilac Hart, the Inquisitive College of Spirits Bard.
I'm Daniel. I play John Varenthal, the somewhat confused and confident Oath of Midnight Paladin? Yeah, there we go.
And I'm Marissa. I play Casariel, the Twilight Cleric, Aesmar.
If you have never visited our place before, then we're so glad that you are doing that right now. But we post weekly recordings of our playthrough on YouTube, and we're playing it live every Saturday on Twitch. Schedule might be changing soon, by the way, so we'll let you know. If you're curious about YouTube or Twitch or all of our socials where we post cool pictures and funny memes and all that, be sure to check out our website at www.thegildedflask.com, or check on Twitch or on YouTube where we have links to our socials as well. We don't have any sponsors just yet, but we do have a couple of awesome people that we'd like to shout out. And those are in no particular order: Dichandra and Paradox for their amazing character art that we're using. Pyram King, James RPG Art, and DM Andy for the wonderful maps and content that we're allowed to use, as well as a cool homebrew edition that might pop up anytime soon. And then we have Tabletop Audio, Scott Buckley, Phoenix Music, and Alexander Nakarada for the great musical scores that we have in the background. And so many more people. But thank you all for that. And with that, let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening. I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land.
There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now.
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
Am I going to say it? I'm going to say it. That is such a cool intro, and I'm saying it every single episode. This intro has been made by our very own Casariel. Thank you so much for making that. It is so cool. It's like watching a Netflix series. Oh, I love it. And it's ours. Can you believe that? So, what did we do last time? It's been 2 weeks, so I had to look at my notes for a second. But what did we do last time? Well, last time you finished up the last leg of your journey towards Kresk, the next village over from Vallaki. You crossed a bridge, and crossing that bridge, you ran into a couple of drowners, little creepy creatures that tried to attack you. But you were saved, helped, aided by what seemed to be an undead revenant or remnant of a paladin or something. Who meant no harm, who was just standing there guarding the bridge, and he seemed a little absent-minded. You went on your way. You went to Kresk together with Vasili and Irena. You were allowed entrance because Vasili is a well-known person in Kresk. You went to a magical pond in that village, and over there, you saw an apparition of what turned out to be the brother of Strahd, who did not call Irena Irena. He called her Tatiana. Everyone was confused, and Vasili finally told you that Vasili is, in fact, not Vasili, but the one and only Strahd himself. And as he told you, he took Irena with him and teleported out to wherever he might have taken her. With all the commotion and whatnot, the Burgomeister of Kresk wants you gone out of the village, at least for now. It is what he has to do. And you were brought back to the inn. You were allowed one night stay because it was getting nighttime. You were allowed one night stay, after which you would have to leave Kresk. He did promise you that if you would help Kresk out by delivering wine from the Wizard of Wines, you will be potentially allowed entry again. And while you drifted off to sleep, Casariel finally remembered the sound and the tune and the text of her own song, which we played at the end of the episode, which is such a cool song. And I want to make a special shout out for that, because that tune was in part, the musical score of it was made by Alec Kazan, who did an amazing job in putting music to the words that we thought up. So I wanna put that link in chat. So let me quickly do that. Alec Kazan, if you are seeing this, thank you so much for making that. It was absolutely beautiful. So, did I miss anything? I think that was all, right?
I feel like that's everything, yeah.
Yeah, just about. Okay, then let me grab the map. Oh, there it is. I was going to say. Kresk no longer exists. No, here it is.
Oh, no.
So you are in the inn, and you decided to have a long rest. If you hadn't applied that just yet, feel free to do so.
Is there any chance in the world that Carla could try to wake up before everyone?
How would Carla go about doing that?
Not sure. I think she'd sleep by the window and try to listen out for when birds start to sing. Like, hopefully.
I'll just, yeah. It would be silly to make a dice roll out of that. Sure, you will.
Are you sure? Like, don't want to give it the chance whether or not she can wake up? Okay. I feel like...
that's...
Do you get an alarm clock? Can your unseen servant, like, wake you up in a certain amount of time? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Well, unseen servant only works for an hour.
Wait.
Oh.
Yeah. But do I have any spells that last longer than an hour that could do something?
We need an artificer to make you a little alarm clock bauble.
Yeah.
That could be fun. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you're gonna let me do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, cool. So she's gonna wake up earlier than everyone else and cast invisibility on herself.
Okay.
And she is going to go and seek out the pond, where the magical sort of pond that we found, because between episodes, Marissa remembered that we actually have to grab a little bit of that water. So I think she's going to, during the night we looked at Strahd's book, and then I think she would have catalogued it and kind of looked back over her own notes and remembered, like, that was something that we could get and possibly gain an ally with, now that we're ally focused. So that's what I'm going to try to do.
All right. So you want to go to the pond? You can. I will... So you're basically doing this at the quote-unquote crack of dawn, right? Like when no one, or almost no one is around.
Either no one's around or no one is expecting us to be awake at that point, so that they're not kind of suspicious when only John and Casariel walk out. That's what I'm trying to do.
Just going to do a little cleanup over here, because all these people are currently asleep just as well. Casariel, you're still asleep as well then, right? So this is just Carla and John, same for you.
Yeah, Mom, I don't want
Yeah.
your
Cool.
pies. The windmill makes better pies, Mom.
So I'm going to go to the edge of this, and I'm going to take one of like the empty potion vials that we had from the death house, uncork it,
Oh,
and
right.
take some of that with it.
Okay, explain to me how you do that.
I'm going to kind of lean at the edge of the shore, pop open the cap and scoop some in.
Cool.
I'm going to try and
This-
hide actually kind of in this bush area as well. Like
So-
really obscure my view.
It's a bottle, so if you want to scoop up some water, your hand will have to go underwater as well, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
That's suspicious. Oh, my invisible hand.
So it does make a ripple on the water. That's basically what I'm getting at. It makes a ripple on the water. There's no one around to see that ripple other than you, but you're invisible, so you're fine. You take some water. Do you want to fill up the bottle, or just half, or like what do you want to do?
I'm gonna fill up the bottle. I'm gonna just dunk it in, take what I can get.
Cool. Okay, so you got a filled up water bottle with suspiciously like glowy water right now.
Yeah. Cork it, stick it in my bag.
You take the bottle out again, and give me 1 second. Yep. As you put the bottle back in your pack, and you get ready to basically go back to where you came from, you notice that in the ripple on the water, there is a reflection, which should be you, but you're invisible.
My reflection stares back at me, even though I'm invisible.
Well, at first, like usually when you look into a body of water, what you see is a reflection of yourself. That's pretty normal. However, you're currently invisible, but you are seeing a reflection, so it's not you.
Who is it?
It's Strahd's brother. And his face, Sergei, by the way, is his name. He stares you dead in the eye, even though you're invisible.
I'm gonna shuffle around in my bag a little bit, and I'm really going to like tuck myself within this bush area now, and I'm going to remove the cloak from my bag and spread it on the floor, and kind of look at him expectantly for the Ouija board.
His face fades from the water.
And nothing happens.
Not at the moment. Do you want to use the board?
I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm going to assume because he was looking at me in the water that he can probably see me even though I'm invisible. And I'm gonna like lay it down on the floor, and I'm gonna be very quiet. And I'm just going to leave it there with my dagger that has the hole in the bottom down on it, and I'm going to not even touch it. I'm just going to leave it there to see if he will engage with it. I'm not going to say a word either because I don't want to be detected.
Okay. I'm going to skip over the semantics on whether or not that Ouija board is also invisible or not, since you are invisible.
Yeah, I would have made it visible for him at that point.
I figured.
Because it would be off of me. Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
As a matter of fact, let's make this very thematic where you are right now, because you're doing this outside. So there you go.
Pretty.
That's awesome.
It's the little details, right?
Oh, yes.
a big detail to me.
There we go. Okay. You're just leaving it there, right? Like he's not doing. You're not doing anything to it.
Yeah, in case anyone walks by, I'm basically, if they see it, I don't want them to try and gauge that someone else is there with it. I wanted them to think that someone just left it there.
Okay. You leave it there for a good minute, and after about a minute, you see it just shift a little bit. Nothing more.
You can reach me through this. How did you die?
tense moment.
It takes a good long while, but then you see it move back there.
So goodbye. I can help. I can bring justice. I don't agree with what he's done.
There's no more reaction from Debord.
He's going to hold out a minute more and then scoop it back into her bag and try to get back undetected.
It seems like there's no more movement on this.
Okay, so with no more movement, I'll scoop back in the cape back into my bag because I'm currently wearing the cloak of protection.
Yep.
And I'll holster my dagger. Get the fuck out of there. Get back home.
You
back
want to go?
to the Kresk.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to go back to the inn because then we'll just skip the other map.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go straight back to the inn.
Okay. There we go. You climb back through the window because I imagined you used the window.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but I just.
That was
and you're
like the
back.
first thing I commented on when I got in the room. Yeah, I like the window. Yeah. Conveniently placed sacks there in front of the window, as if someone should be jumping out of them.
Especially a smaller person, yeah.
Yeah. Climb back in and pretend that I did absolutely nothing of note. I'll just kind of perk up on my bed and wait for the other two to wake up and write in my journal.
Did you guys?
If you guys hadn't applied a long rest just yet, just make sure that you do, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you guys dream we were in Strahd's castle, or was that just me? It was weird.
No. I remember that. Another one of his visions.
He stabbed the ground. I think.
He bled on it.
What was that?
I think he's part of a cult.
Ritual. Oh. Cult.
I mean, they talk about blood magic sometimes when they're talking about, things to look out for.
Don't we do
Maybe he's crazy.
warlocks or something?
Like a blood pact? Which could be an option.
Didn't someone tell us the Orcus warlocks?
Orcus? Warlocks. That sounds familiar, yes.
Someone told us, I believe they told us they were here. In the Amber Temple.
Yes, that book that I was reading, I believe, about Vargenvoss. Talking about those evil warlocks. Perhaps. Though Strahd doesn't strike me as the kind of person who would enjoy having another being control his magic or supply him it.
Wasn't
His
one
power.
One of them was the saint guy, right? The guy that the church was built for. Wasn't that a long time ago? Was it just somebody? Was it like their relative or something?
Oh, good. Yes, so I'm going to pull out the book as well from that I had been reading about Argenvoss. Oh wait, no, I gave that back, actually. So I don't. I just pull out the notes that I would have taken on it. So the Amber Temple had previously been under the power of these warlocks, known as the Orcus, and it seemed to be evil, until Argenvoss and his order and his paladins arrived and basically, I think, cleansed the area or made it good again. I'm not sure. I didn't take very detailed notes on this, I'm afraid.
This is very confusing.
Yes. Vasili became Strahd. Oh, sorry, John.
No.
Please.
Continue. I was gonna ask.
Vasili became Strahd, or was always Strahd. Was he a man that once existed that Strahd took the face of? There's so many unanswered questions. I think we need to go back there and look into him and talk to maybe his neighbours, whether or not they knew, his butler, whether he knew. Maybe we could find clues within his mansion. I didn't get much of a chance to snoop through his chamber. And you can see, like, realization dawns on her face as she realizes she has strolled from Strahd very recently. She's like, okay. But we could go back, we could look. We could figure this out, we might get answers.
I mean, the whole reason we came here was to help Irena, and it seems to have failed.
That load of good that did, yes.
So,
Well, for me, I also wanted to get inside that temple.
Yes.
I think it might have answers for my father, or my mother, both. But I can wait.
I think we should, but for now, I mean, Casario, you know, when we're on a mission, you've told me this a few times, that whenever things don't go according to plan, sometimes it's not necessarily cowardice to pull back and retreat and regroup. We may want to do that here. Find somewhere that's safe and rethink things.
Well, we might gain favor with Kresk by going to the Wizard of Wines and sorting out their problem, but if it's a problem enough to stop supply lines in a place like this that's used to supplying to the people here with the given dangers, then it could be beyond us. We might have to do a little bit more research so we come prepared, because clearly, I mean, winging it hasn't really gone well so far.
John, I'm sorry, could you just repeat what you said previous to that? That's a good point, Carla, and I think you're right. Did you say that I gave you that advice, and that you find it to be good advice, and that you follow it? Is that...
You're a pretty good tactician. Fine, whatever. Yeah, you've said a few things that some of them make sense. Yes. Yes, of course. I mean, you've advised me on a lot of things that I've listened to. You know what you're talking about. Well, what do you...
I'm sorry, Carla. I just wanted to make sure I heard that correctly. I think you're right. That's a good point. Perhaps we should go back to Vallaki.
I think you're right, that I'm right. Yeah.
Yes, we could stop into the bars and maybe figure out a little bit more about the Wizard of Wines before we go there, what they're like to deal with. Maybe there's a boon we can give them that they might, return with and give us champagne for this man. I need more information. I feel horribly out of my depth right now. And it's a good place to start.
The church that's been sanctified, we have somewhere that should be safe against anything.
We really should do something about those vampires. We did leave them loose.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
Okay. So back to Vallaki.
I think we're going to have to explain to the leader here at Kresk that we may not be able to get to his request immediately. We need some answers. So,
yes.
I guess we'll head out and...
Oh, by the way, I did do a little bit of looking this morning. Just a little bit of... Do you remember the potion shop that we visited? And they wanted the pond water from here. And I kind of just, open up my bag to show them, the flask. It's just a little
brilliant halfling, you. Did you just win us 1,000 gold? Wasn't it 1,000?
Wait, what?
I believe that's what the potion was worth, but it's going to get us, giant strength. I think if we pump that into John and, send him off, that could be very good. If we run into any trouble.
What are we pumping into me? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
How would you like to be the strongest man in Barovia?
I already am.
How would you like to be even stronger than that?
I guess my workout regimen hasn't been that intense these days, so I'm not normally into enhancing my performance through supplements in any way.
Steroids. John doesn't do steroids. Okay.
All right, I think before this conversation gets any weirder, we should probably head out to Vallaki. What do you all think?
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
sounds good.
Aren't you the smartest one?
Yes. No, Carla is probably, but I'm definitely second. I'm
You
definitely
guys
smarter than
hungry?
John.
I'm hungry. Do you think they have any? He's gonna look longingly at his bag. Do you think they have any
You only have 4 left.
more?
That's all you have.
Stew or porridge? I know I need to ration them.
So, now that you've had your little talk, it is starting to become morning. Sun is starting to come above the horizon. At least you would assume. It is still snowing. It is still gray outside. You can't really see the sun. But it gets lighter outside, so you guessed that the sun is coming up. Carla, John, you had a pretty okay sleep. Casariel, you actually did too, but it was confusing due to the song that you heard. That did something to you. It wasn't discomforting. It was just weird. Other than that, Casariel, you do feel fine. Good enough. Carla, John, I need you both to roll me a d12.
12.
I'm really good at these.
dear.
This is my whatever role this is. I'm the best at it.
Yeah.
You go first.
12.
You rolled a 12?
Yeah.
Together we make.
You know,
14.
Carla-
Sorry,
What?
I got it too. Anyway.
All right. Carla, with all due respect, you know, with the pies and whatnot, you see them as a business model, and you've decided that that is all they're going to be for you. You don't want to eat them anymore. It's not your thing. You're going to sell them.
Exciting.
You're not going to eat them. You feel right as rain after this sleep. Any negative traits that you've had so far, you know, the loss of strength and whatnot, you seem to have slipped off. You feel right.
What?
John.
And what, pray tell, did my mighty 2 get me?
You mostly feel hungry.
I do feel hungry.
Yeah.
I have 4 pies
really
left. I mean,
You want to have at least one of those.
why would I let those go to waste?
Exactly.
Go ahead and pull out a pie, immediately begin eating it. I'm kind of turned away from them because I know they don't want me to do it, but they're my pies.
There's that little nugget of shame, right?
It's not so much shame, but I know that I don't want to get an earful, you know?
No. Now, the pie is doing you well. The pie is doing you well, and you slept pretty okay. Still, you have a feeling that you're a little weaker than yesterday. For today,
so-
my friend, you get a -1 to attack rolls.
That's going to be interesting. Okay.
All the other things you had are not applicable.
Okay. So my strength goes back up, my maximum health points, all that stuff goes back up, my constitution.
Yes, sir.
Thank goodness. Okay. I imagine it's almost like a not quite imperceptible. Like I reach for the door to open the door, and instead of hitting the knob, I like my fingers collide slightly to the left of it. I'm like, oh, hang on.
Attack the door.
No, well,
I would totally
yeah.
No, but that will affect, like, you know, just the fact that he's constantly like a little next to where he thought he would be. That totally affects your attack roll. I like the flavoring. Yes, we'll roll with that.
Fantastic.
Okay. So, what do you guys do?
I imagine
Get the
it's
hell
gonna
out of
be-
here.
I imagine it's going to be a relatively awkward conversation, so we should probably try to leave while it's early.
Sounds good. It would save us some time and travel as well. If we can get out on the road as fast as possible.
The innkeeper, we knew his name was Darovich. I think we asked him for food before.
Yes.
We had a lovely night. Thank you. Your inn is very warm and the beds are soft.
I'm glad to hear. No. I wish you all the best. It's hard out there.
Thank you. It is.
We're about to head off into the rest of Barovia, and eventually we would like to make our way back here. Is there anything you need? Any supplies? I don't imagine you get too much, since you're such a self-sufficient village, but we can get an exotic stock for
Wine
you.
mostly. Wine mostly. Wine makes a lot of people happy, and we're running out of it rapidly. I don't care for much else. Like I'd like to have that at least. If you have good wine, that makes it, even better. But just wine is good enough.
Okay.
John-
Would you have been from the Wizard of Wines? Sorry. What are you going to say? You sure? So you would have gotten it from the Wizard of Wines. They're the only supplier, right?
Yes. It's the only place where the wine stalks still grow. There's been a couple of other incentives around the area to start up vineyards to supplement the wine, but they've been quite literally fruitless.
Well, I can imagine. Have you dealt personally with anyone from the Wizard of Wines, or is it just a stock arrives and that's it? Any correspondence?
No, I know them actually. They the Wizard of Wines has been run by members of the Martikov family. I believe they also have an inn in Vallaki, I think. But their family runs the Wizard of Wines for, generations now. Yes. They're a bit of a secluded lot, but they're not unfriendly.
Yay. Good to know. We'll hopefully get the supply line going again.
I would love that. I wish you the best.
How did those other vineyards do? Because I imagine that a vineyard that doesn't have any fruit would be fairly unsuccessful.
You'd be right. They tried it for one season and then decided they would be better as firewood rather than vineyards. Wine stocks just don't seem to grow in these harsh lands, whether it be cold or warm. But the Wizard of Wines has found the perfect spot, it seems.
Don't bury your problems in the drink, my friend. And he just walks out.
I thank you.
John's gone.
Carlos with them.
Sarah, you're going to stay for the night?
Quite. Just please do.
What's up?
Yeah, she you guys just both left, and then she was just standing there awkwardly, and then she just left too.
Sure.
Or do we have to speak to the Burgermeister? I mean, can't we just leave?
I think that's the intention, is that we have to leave a little bit, try to leave early, and maybe we'll be able to, we're on our way to do the thing we said we would do.
Yes, I would prefer to not get into its bad graces when we have literally, I think, only one shot to possibly get back here again.
All right, I'll put my hood up, make my eyes brown. And head for the exit.
Alrighty.
Are you able to move your token?
Me? Oh, I wasn't looking at it. Sorry.
Oh. So yeah, we're gonna try to head to the gates and not really subtly, but just quickly exit.
Yep.
I imagine we'd acknowledge the guards as well,
Yeah.
Hello boys, you're going to see us out.
Yeah, and they sort of stand there and watch you go, seeing that you take the right path. You have this feeling that if you don't, they'll probably come after you.
Oh, fun. Oh, good. I hope I remember how to get out of here.
It's really cold outside. You ought to stand indoors or something.
As you pass the larger building of the town, which still looks like fairly simplistic, just larger, a gentleman comes walking out, which you recognize as the Burgermeister. He approaches you and he says, one thing, about last night. I hope I did make myself clear in that, I have my rules to follow, but that doesn't mean that there's any bad blood between us. I don't really feel that you guys are here to cause trouble, but I hope you will take me up on my offer to get us some wine when you can. We have some stocks left, but if you can help us out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated, and it will rectify whatever happened last night. Speaking of which, where is Vasili?
Did you guys tell him?
I would like to make an insight check, please.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. That's a...
Is he, what, because he's lying to us, or?
Yeah, because he's like best friends with Vasili.
15. It seems like an upright question.
Oh, he told us he was coming to talk to you?
All right.
Wait, what?
We're going to be on our way. We'll try to make the Wizard of Wine, hopefully get the supply back going. Is there any information you can give us that could possibly help? Like anything about the Martikov family or how to approach them?
They're on their own, a bit. They're not unfriendly or anything. They own some property in Vallaki, and and then of course the wine. I haven't seen them in a little while, to be honest. Other than that, they're secluded, but they're... I don't want to call them friendly, but they're not unfriendly. They just tend to keep to themselves.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Shall we be on our way?
Didn't you guys tell me that Vasili, like...
In John's head, he hears, I don't know why she lied, but I feel like going back on it will complicate things.
Right. Was going to meet us at his house in...
Let's just get out of here.
Yes. Bye, Dimitri.
Fair roads to you. Good luck, he says before going back inside.
All right, and then we make our way out and start heading down the road towards back the way we came, essentially, Vallaki.
Alrighty.
Ella's going to lead the way with the map that they have.
I think we're mainly looking for more of those, drowners and wolves and things that we've seen on the road before that prove to be threats.
So you're back on the road again. On the road again. But it's copyrighted. I shouldn't do that.
I can't wait to, be on the road.
So you've traveled this road, just the opposite way. It is early morning at the moment. There is where you are right now still a light snow. As a matter of fact, let's switch it about because technically it's not raining here. It is snowing. So there we go.
Lovely.
Pretty.
Where do you want to go?
I suppose we just go back down the path, correct?
Towards Vallaki.
So.
Yep. So I guess we'll keep going until you stop.
Didn't we pass a structure that we didn't go into?
The Paladin's outpost.
Mm.
I imagine we're actually approaching it right now. I believe it was on the other side of this river.
The next river. Not this one. This river is actually a pretty normal bridge.
As we pass this way, there's a little path on our right. What does that look like?
It looks like it is a... the snow is starting to dissipate over here, by the way, and it's overtaken by the rain. Semantics. So the road that you've been traveling for over the last, days is called the Old Svalage Road. It's been mentioned once or twice. It is a main road through this area, it seems. It is... It looks like it's relatively well traveled. There's like, it is a road. You can clearly see it is. Here and there are split offs from the road, but there's few and far between. This is mostly just a one-way road. Here and there are a couple of split offs, and then there are those split offs that don't really look like a road, but they're more like a little path. This seems to be one of them. So you see the occasional cart track, but it is in no way comparable to the road that you're traveling on right now.
I guess stop me.
Now, this crossing you're getting to,
Mm-hmm.
this crossing you're getting to is way more an actual crossing where the split off has the same kind of structure to the road as the main road has.
Hey, Carla, where does that road go? Is that on the map?
I'm gonna pull out the map and show it to him. From Kresk, and I noticed there's no markings for a name, but there appears to be sort of a mountain range and that kind of looks. Does that look like a temple to you? And I'm gonna point. I don't know if you can see on the map within.
I see on the
in-game
map.
Yeah, there's like kind of a house structure there. Do you see that?
It's on top of a mountain. It looks like, or a hill at least.
That could be that direction.
While they're looking at this map, Kasariel is just like stalking the area and keeping an eye on all of their surroundings.
Sure.
This road just seems to go off over a little river, but then just doesn't go anywhere.
Strange. Maybe we should ask next time we see someone what that structure is, where that particular area goes.
Did we ever, when we were talking about the Wizard of Wines, did we actually know where it is? Like, where on the map? Is it that building over there? I point at the one that's southwest of Kresk. Little cluster of buildings on the map.
Are you asking me, like out of game?
I'm talking to Carla.
Okay, just making sure.
I think I did ask someone, but they got distracted. We'll have to ask again.
Yeah, I guess next time we're in Kresk or Vallaki, whenever we're talking, it's good to know where we're going, I suppose.
Yes, this is quite a crude map. I wonder if there's any ones that we could purchase. We got this map off Vasili, didn't we?
Or was it the Vistani?
Was it the drawn map that you guys are referring to at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you got that. You got that from Irena over at the Burgomaster's Mansion.
Oh yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
A lot of V names.
All right.
Vallaki, Vasili, Vistani. He says he mutters as he's walking away.
That's strange.
Just continuing on. Stop me if there's something that catches interest.
There's another split off over here. Two actually. One of them seems to be another major road to the south. Towards the north is another one of those little paths.
Is this seems to be the area where we ran into that dead paladin? Is he? I wonder if the Argentvost paladin is still here.
I wonder.
Is this where?
This is where, and I'm quickly looking for the map. Give me 1 second.
All right, no rush.
I can see for 300 feet, even when it's dark.
Yep.
Would I be able to see anything from the road in that direction? Anything special with my twilight eyes?
Other than the fact that, because I'll grab the map for you guys, and remove Vasili and Irena because they're no longer here. There we go. Let's put you guys over here somewhere.
Okay.
Casario, give me a perception check. I think that is most fitting.
Okay, that is 12 plus 4, 16.
Nice. Looking around for 300 feet, so that is quite a bit. Looking around, there's a couple of things that do catch your eye. The trees that you've seen before around the bridge. You remember last time when you walked across that there were like little red eyes in there. You feel that you do see them over there as well, but you're not 100% sure. It's, because it's tiny. But you do feel that you see something over there. Looking around, in between the tree line, a little bit more to the north from you, you see the remnants of an old building.
Okay, the paladin one that we saw for last time.
You haven't seen the building itself last time.
Okay.
Is that the direction that he walked away from us? When that
Correct.
Do you think we have what time is it in the day at this point?
You traveled for quite a bit, so you're getting towards the end of the day, but it's still afternoon.
I mean,
We go check out. Should we pop in there? Should we see if he's still there? Maybe try and find more answers about Argynvost. One of the things that we do have to find is behind an amber door, and that is where the Order of the Argynvost would have been. Order of the Dragon, at least.
I would like to learn more about him and what happened.
Perhaps,
But-
what if we did it on the way back?
It is getting
Chris?
rather late.
You know?
Yes.
We can probably make it to Vallaki before sundown, but I don't know how long we could stay here.
Yes, and I am not quite certain we're alone. I believe the creatures that we found last time might be there from a
And-
distance.
Don't
Yeah.
don't tell the paladin this, but I still don't think I'd be comfortable being around at night. Him, you never know. Maybe he turns evil at night. I don't know. I've never.
Okay. Next time. Very well.
Should I go ahead? See if there's
What was his name again?
those creatures.
He did introduce himself, right? Yes. Sir Lingerovich.
Yes, scout ahead, Casario. I'll have your back. And just in case, I'm going to give her a little tap and I'm going to give you guidance. Just in case,
Right.
good luck.
John's gonna say, "Bye, Mr. Lingerovich or Sir Lingerovich. I'll see you next time." And keep walking.
All right, so I'm just going to keep moving forward, and I'm just continually scanning both sides, just from one side to the other, like 180.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make myself look intimidating as I walk down, holding out my weapon. Just nothing's gonna mess with us.
Casario. You are you're keeping an eye out. Nothing's going to surprise you this time. And you're looking left and right, and in front of you, and behind you. And you can't help but think that you are hearing a horse. Sounds like a horse. It's coming from behind you.
I turn around. Do I see a horse approaching from the distance?
Yes, you do.
He's like, "Get off the road. Get off the road."
Guys try to hide in the trees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which way?
I'm gonna grab John and pull him behind this tree with me.
Okay. Actually, before she does that, Carla's going to just push him away and cast invisibility and then just tuck herself away. On John.
Cast visibility on yourself?
On John.
On John, okay.
John, yeah.
John, you're excluded from the roll because you're invisible. Casario and Carla, I need you both to make a stealth check.
Perfect.
Because you're invisible, so you're,
He's kind of freaking out a little bit, but he's standing perfectly still.
I have a +9 test stealth. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're pretty good at that.
That's a dirty 20.
I
Dirty
needed
20,
it.
cool.
I got a 10.
Should you add your
And a
guidance?
10.
Add your guidance.
Oh, yeah, you can add guidance. Good.
Right. 12.
All right. Makes it a little better. John, you're like, you're Ramboing this. Like, nobody sees you. Carla,
I can't see me. This is freaking me out.
Carla, you're also invisible. You basically just took 2 twigs and act like a tree, and nobody sees you.
I played a tree frequently within my school play, so this is perfect.
Like the cardboard cutout version, right?
I played such a good tree. They wouldn't let me talk, but this is fine. Anyways.
Casario, you look around for a place to sort of hide, and you can't really find one, so you just basically just hug yourself against the tree in the hopes of that should be enough.
She's cowering behind John, but John's invisible.
That would be the natural one option. I love it though.
So fun.
So the footsteps do get a little louder, and it seems like you can all three hear it now. It goes rather slowly. For a person that might be traveling, this is someone who's traveling and taking their merry time, so to speak. Coming up on the crossroads itself, you can see the horse, and you can see the rider on it. And to your guys' surprise, it is not just a normal rider. It's a skeleton of sorts. The horse itself is a skeleton as well. And the person riding it is wearing some sort of uniform, but not one that you immediately recognize. He's traveling very slowly towards the bridge. When it comes to about here, he stops. And he looks to his left and locks, well, eyes, or lack thereof, with Casario.
I say nothing.
Turns his gaze back to the bridge and continues onward.
I was going to send a message to Casario being like, do we wait it out or do we strike while the iron's hot?
I don't know if it's evil or good, but I wish I did. Can you tell?
Yeah.
He's further away in front of you, but he's starting to get out of sight again.
Let's wait it out. Let's just get to Vallaki. I'll send that message as well again. Do that twice.
Right.
Ariel. Where am I? How do I?
Darling, you're fine. Carla cast invisibility, visibility on you.
I don't like it. I can't see my feet. I don't know where I'm going.
Yes, well, it's better than locking eyes with a skeletal rider.
I can see the ground underneath me. This
John.
is so weird.
John, can you tell if that was evil or good? Can't you do that?
If I do that, okay, wait. I'm gonna look both ways. It seems to be gone as far as like it's far away from me.
What's your range on that?
Well, no. So it's 60 feet. I think it's well beyond, but I'm gonna try something.
Yep. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna open it up. I don't. All right. He wants to see if he becomes visible after doing this. So he kind of like breathes in, thinks of Saloon, and thinks of the holiness that he has been surrounded with most of his grown up life, and he expands his senses. Does he become visible?
No.
Okay.
Oh, because it's only my concentration, not yours.
So that's
Exactly.
well, I mean, like if I cast a spell or if I attacked it, I would lose it. But like he was worried that everyone's standing still, everyone's hiding, and this thing's looking right at me. If
Yeah, boop, just into existence. Yeah, that's the thing. So you cast detect evil and good, right?
yes, yeah,
All right.
60 feet.
Dude, there's evil all around you, like next to you, all around you.
And John, like he rushes out. You just see a bunch of footsteps out to the street. Guys, get out here! Get out here! Get out here! And yeah, it goes to the middle of the street.
So I'm the only one that runs into the middle of the street.
All right.
All right.
Over there, there's evil. Over there, there's evil. He's invisible and pointing in different directions. Over there.
Like both of the tree lines covered.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
bad.
everywhere. It's everywhere. This place is bad. This place is evil. How does that guy live near here?
I don't think
Or
he's alive
live?
to live,
Live.
so yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, by
Yeah,
the way,
that's it's a liberal term.
John, that's going to take an hour to dissipate. So
Can you make
know.
it go away before? It's just really weird.
Oh,
No,
I've
no, why
seen
would
you
you
have forgotten how to do that. I mean, it is just so complicated.
Listen, I can't tell if you're coming or not, but let's go.
You feel like a hand on your shoulder. He's like, I can't. Walking is hard. Hang on, and he's just walking behind you, holding
On
your
my shoulder?
Yes.
You scared the shit out of her, and she's screaming.
Do you
Do you
attack
do anything in response other than just being scared?
Who me?
Me?
Or
Yeah. No, because Ariel.
I mean, I feel like she would. Yeah, I feel like she's makes a loud noise. She screams. She's scared. She's the only one visible. There's evil all around them. A
I'm
skeleton
not
horse
invisible.
walked by, and then something grabbed her on the shoulder. Yeah, she screamed.
I'm not invisible.
So
Not?
you know me.
Oh.
I usually don't diverge my rolls because that is a DM privilege that it's not good to tell what you rolled all the time. The situation you've just been in requires like nothing to blow up, right? I rolled a 1, so get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Let's just go.
Dice are not in my favor today.
Casariel screams. John screams because Casariel screamed, and he's already tense because the woods are evil. I think the trees are evil. Let's
Okay.
go.
It's another roll. No, I'll let the 1 slide.
All right,
Okay.
we book it.
Yep.
Every once in a while, you hear a thud because John tripped up on his own feet because he can't see them.
Love it. It is a little stretch to Vallaki. If you travel that stretch, you should be able to reach Vallaki, but it will be nighttime when you reach the village or the city.
I think we're rushing at this point. We're actually moving forward. That was a really evil place. There was a scary guy. Oh, do we run into him on the road as we're running along?
No, strangely enough, you don't. Even though he traveled the same way.
And he was going slow.
He was going very slow.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I mean, there's stories about apparitions that are tied to certain areas, considering that they died to him. I imagine she's saying this really fast as they're like jogging away from that area.
You're just doing your mantras,
Yes, you know.
What does that even
It's getting kind of pathetic at this point. Casariel, John, I imagine we reach Vallaki.
Fine.
We'll reach Vallaki,
Mm.
and Carla will be like, "Sorry, go on."
Is there, in Vallaki, is there any particular place you guys want to go to? Or, because you've reached it by nightfall. Or in the night, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any particular place you want to go to? Or just...
Grab
I
an
think-
inn.
Yeah, didn't Carla like purchase the inn, an inn for multiple days, or was that in Barovia?
That was in
It was in
Barovia.
Barovia.
We popped back to the same inn. That was nice. It was a good place.
Are we?
Isn't there are places that we've never been here before, right?
And Vallaki is a city, so yes, there's a lot of places that you guys haven't been to. Obviously, you haven't visited every house, and I'm not going to ask you to do so. But yeah, there's more places in here that might pique your interest.
Can we take a different path to get to the inn that might take us past those places? Like take the long way
Can
that we
we,
haven't taken before?
You know what? Yes, you can, because you're coming from the other way. Like Vallaki is a town. You can't really see it on this map, but Vallaki is a town that is more like oblong shaped. So it's not circular. It's like oblong, and the area that you guys have mostly been in has been on the eastern side of the village. So sure, with a different path, let's see what happens. Let me give you a roll on that. That is, I need glasses, guys. It's a 9. I'm gonna give 2 rolls to that. Fair enough. 9 and an 8. Okay. Coming from the western side of the city and moving towards the Blue Water Inn, because that's where you guys want to go, right? That's the inn that you slept before.
Yeah.
Okay. You notice coming through the city has segments of the city that look different in terms of social status and wealth. You've predominantly been in the mediocre to upper standards part of the city. As you move towards the inn, you notice that you're also passing by a part that you would basically consider slums. Broken down houses, some tents and whatnot. Doesn't look nice. You haven't been there yet, and I'll leave it up to you if it's wise or unwise to visit that during the night. But you do see it. So you have a bit of slums. Getting close to the Blue Water Inn, you pass by another shop, and your eye quickly catches the name Larnak Publications.
Publications.
that
then
means
you reach-
books, right?
Or journalism, possibly. Carly gets excited about that and marks down the name.
So I imagine we got there within an hour, so it didn't take us an hour to travel the mile to Vallaki from the bridge.
No. Like, that mile would have taken you. I mean, you also rushed, right? So
Yeah.
no.
So by this time, I think John's getting more used to being invisible, and we didn't necessarily have to end it.
Yep.
I'm saying I'm invisible right now.
All right, so you're still invisible. That's cool.
Still greeting people.
We'll roll with it.
Hi there.
In this town? In this town?
Okay, you're not making any friends with that, but that's cool.
Something happened. I can't seem to shake it off.
All right.
Do you hear that? I can't seem to place where that's coming from.
You arrive back at the inn.
Okay. Publications. To go there in the morning.
Yeah, I want to. If we can we swing by Vasili? He does air quotes, but no one can see him. House tomorrow.
That is so funny, by the way. I'm sorry. It's like you're doing air quotes, but you're invisible, so nobody sees it. Go on.
Yes, it's a good idea.
Yeah, Vasili's. That publication place looks interesting. We could also return to the coffin shop. Maybe get a further scoop on what happened there. We did promise that lady. Oh, there's so much to do.
We're also running out of pies. Don't forget that. That's very important for me. To us.
That's true.
Oh yes, I would like a bigger stock.
Didn't we get some kind of like nails or something when we were sleeping? That sounds so weird.
Yeah.
Coffin nails. I mean, coffin shop, coffin nails. We should probably maybe he'll know something about them.
Maybe he could possibly know, even in age, like if we could date for when Strahd was, when we're seeing these things that Strahd is doing. Like, is it 100 years ago, 200?
I believe it was 400, wasn't it? There was a note
100.
that was dated.
Oh, yes! From his mother. His mother
Yes.
dying. For 100 years. Okay. So,
Strahd's a lot older than I thought he was.
yes. Humans don't usually live that long, do they?
No.
He's not human. I mean, clearly he's not
Perhaps.
human.
For sure. Okay. You see these coffin shop? We do need to stop at the potion makers to gain a reward.
What time is it? Is it like late at night?
It's like 10, 11 p.m. So yeah, it's later on.
All right, so let's just head in here and get in room, sleep, and wake up early.
Okay. Coming into the Blue Water Inn, you see that the crowd that you see last time has shuffled around a little bit, which is, it's a public place, so sure. You recognize the two boys that you've talked with before. Carla are apparently still in the same seat, so it must be their favorite place. There's some more villagers here and there. You notice that there is a rather dapper couple near the entrance at the table. The weird gentleman that you've briefly talked with that said he was with the circus or something is also back. The lady tending bar, Danica, is still there.
John's gonna walk up and slide a chair and say, "A room for the night, please." And she can't see him.
She looks around and looking to the nearest face, she sees the villager that sits a little bit more south from you, John. And she walks over there and she says, "Eric, listen, aren't you you live down the road, right?" And a lively conversation strikes up between the two, where there's confusion on both sides of the bar.
I think she just
John.
ignored me.
No one can see you.
Is this my life now?
Sariel, John, I want you to pick a place and stand there. Just go stand there and tell us where it is. You can place in the bar and do that.
All right. He just sort of takes a few steps back and I'm here.
I'm standing next to a chair.
Move something near you. Move something near you.
He shifts one of the drink things on the table.
Okay, so sorry, you're going to aim for that and you're going to swing, and that should stop the invisibility.
Wait, what?
Are you talking in my head?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But if I do that, he will appear from nowhere in the middle of a tavern.
Oh, but it would be so funny. Would it not?
Yeah.
Okay, John, go underneath the table.
Oh, what could go wrong?
I
How
feel
long
very,
does this spell last?
I feel very uncomfortable.
It's run its course.
I feel very uncomfortable with this situation. And you see one of the chairs shift, and then the whole table bumps up a few times as he's hitting his head on it.
Yep. Carla's going to walk over by the table and drop invisibility on him, and then just walk away as if nothing's happened.
That is just perfect, guys.
Oh no.
He's crawling back out. That's better.
Anyways, I'm going to go schmooze the rich-looking couple, actually.
John's just gonna put his head down on the bar and...
So you two secure a room. If you need money, let me know. Okay.
So?
So
with his head on the bar, Carla, what do you do?
Oh, I shout that over my shoulder at them, and then I'm going to swivel around to this dapper-looking couple that looks like they have money, and I'm going to be like,
they do. They look like they don't look like they own the place, but not far from it. Like they are lavishly dressed.
They look
Like
they
people
own the
that
block.
have. They look like the kind of people that have money and that have dressed for the occasion to go out for drinks or something. Like that kind of people.
I'm going to smile very sweetly at them. I'm going to be like, hello, I am Carla Lilacard. I am new to Barovia. I have been traveling around a little bit, and I might have something that could interest you if you're someone of a fine palate.
The gentleman of the two looks at you and he says, well, of course you are. Of course you are. So lovely to meet you. Carla, was it? My name is Ernst Larnack, and this, and he points at the other side of the table, is Sorina Antonova. She's every bit of something, right? And she gives him a little wink and she says, of course I am, darling. Carla, nice to meet you.
Pleasure. And I'm going to hold out my hand for both of them, give them a little shake. And I'm going to be, Lord, like publications.
You're surprised to get like a kiss on top of your hand from both of them.
Very fun. Yes, I'm going to be like, Lornak, like the publications, yes. Is it books or is it journalism? I'm a journalist myself.
Seems like someone has done their homework. Yes, I am the owner and proprietor of Larnack Publications. Why don't you swing by tomorrow morning and I'll show you something. Wouldn't we, darling? Oh, yes, that would be fun.
Well, I could use a bit of fun after the week I've had, but tonight...
he jumps in on that. Could you now?
It's been so stressful. I mean, did you happen to see the note going around town?
More than once, so to speak.
Yes, very dreadfully stressful. Now, but tonight... Why don't you... I have something that might interest you. I'm looking to sort of sell these, and I'm going to show them the pies. These are delicious pies made from sweet, made with love and care. They are exports from the windmill nearby. Don't know if you know it. They're very, very good. And I know that, a couple of nobles around the place have been coveting them, so they are... coveted stock if you're interested. 2 gold per pie.
Ernst looks at the pies, looks at you, and then he looks over at Serena and he says, we're into different kind of pies, aren't we, darling? She just gives him a giggle.
I mean, there's sweet potato, chicken and vegetable, and just regular vegetable. Oh, no, we don't have any chicken and vegetable left. Sorry, John has eaten those all. But brief snack.
Oh, I do love a snack, don't we, darling? And she just giggles.
Hey, so no interest. Maybe, you know what? Maybe tomorrow morning.
Yes. No, let me rephrase. There is definitely an interest, but let's, it's late. Let's take... yes, tomorrow would be fitting. Also, and he points over at the bar. Are those two with you?
Those two are with me, yes. Aren't they a sight, a vision?
Every few moments you see John like jolt up, look at his hands, and then
No, rough week, as I said. Those are my associates. They're my on the road with such coveted stock. You need protection, and she can fight, and he's there. So.
Ernst looks over at Serena and he says, seems that she's a fighter. That's more up your alley, isn't it? She gives him a little grin back and she says, yeah, they can come too.
So what's tomorrow morning going to be like? I'm going to say to Lornak, and I'm going to kind of like smile sweetly. I'm going to hold a charm person. If he's reluctant to give me answers.
Oh, and he's not.
Oh, great.
He says, so tomorrow morning will very heavily depend on your personal interests and, well, it depends on what you like. You said you were a journalist, so I'm pretty sure that I can sample some delectables for you. And if that isn't enough, we have more in stock that I am sure will fit your every wish and need.
Well, I'm a journalist of the weird more than anything. My column is called The Weird and Wonderful from the Violet Gazette. So,
And are you looking for
know-
a publisher?
Oh, we have one. But it seems that my column doesn't reach Barovia, which, shocker. Not much kind of seems to. But I wouldn't say no. I have some interesting tales to tell.
We should talk. Right, Serena?
Should.
Yes, we should.
Fascinating. Okay, tomorrow morning I will see you at your publication house. Yes?
Wonderful. Let's call it 10.
10 works.
Wonderful.
No one owns a
Love
clock.
to see you then.
Okay. She's going to give like a smile and then dart back over to John and Casariel and she's like, I may have gotten us into a little bit of trouble or perhaps a sex cult. I'm not too sure. But it should be interesting.
Is that the vibe I'm giving off?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You. I'm
Interested?
I'm fuzzy. I have become fuzzy.
It's the after effect of being invisible, John. Don't worry.
There we go.
He's struggling
Damn
with
it,
being
autofocus.
corporeal right
There
now.
we go. Yeah,
I
I
am become blurry.
Here we are.
Wait, you're saying you've gotten us into trouble? That's
No,
a
I
first.
not trouble, but something fun. It might be fun, but it could also be sex cult, but it could also be trouble because the wording was a little strange. But that couple over there, you know the publication that you saw?
I stopped
Casariel,
listening after you told me it
Lornock.
was books. Oh, never mind.
Yes, but he owns that. That's Lornock himself. It's Lornock. And Serena Anto something. And they are interesting, but they've invited us to their publication house tomorrow. Could be interesting, could be an ally. That's quite important with the situation we found ourselves in. So we might need to swing down there first before Vasilis. If
Note to self: make sure that we word things differently so we're not being referred to as a sex cult. Moving on.
It was all the tasty snacks and pie talk that was giving off the vibe.
it was the different type of pie. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, fuck's sake.
feel
So
like
are we
You've
okay
never
with
had
that?
you've never had a vanilla pie? Like that's good.
Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. I don't want to be here. Marissa, I'm handing in my 2 weeks.
Apple pie.
I'm sorry.
Ew,
I
apple pie?
don't know what's happening.
That's fair. Oh, yes, so I just had a lovely talk with that couple over there, and they've invited us around to their publication house tomorrow. So, can we go? I know that it's a little out of the way. I know it's just another thing to add to the list, but allies are good.
Of course we can.
They're writers,
We
aren't
got-
they?
You don't need to be a writer to publish. I mean, the person who publishes for us, I don't think has read a single one of my columns.
More information never hurt anyone. If they publish things, perhaps they publish historical documents, and they'll know all the questions to all the answers to all our questions. I think I'm tired.
Perfect. Yes, we'll sleep. But fruitful.
Hey, can we have a room, please? He talks to the girl who he forgot her name, the one by the bar.
Danica is still like in an active conversation with this villager and the person next to him. From the kitchen, another gentleman arrives. Gentleman looks rather dapper, by the way. Black hair, rather long, with a gray streak in his hair. And he walks towards you and says, excuse me, can I help you?
Yeah, can you get her attention?
Of course.
I think what I'm sorry. I think what he
Yes.
meant is, could we please have a room?
Yes, of course. What kind of room?
We stayed in one before with, I think it had 4 beds. Do you have that one available?
Yes, that is 1 gold per guest. So you were staying with 3?
Yes.
Yes.
It's 3 gold. Includes breakfast as well.
Carla will slide that over to him.
Okay. It's you've had it before, right? Well, then you know where to find it. The outside, wooden stairs, and then upstairs. Yes.
And what's your name? I don't think we met last time.
I don't. I'm mostly in the kitchen. My name is Urwin. I am Danika's husband.
Odwin.
Martikov.
Oh, like the Wizard of Wine, Martikovs.
At the mentioning of the Wizard of Wines, you see his face trying to remain unchanged. And he says, yeah, that's family.
Family. Oh, so we wouldn't be personally involved with them. I've heard that there's a bit of a shortage going around, and got so many requests to go and get more wine for people.
We're kind of running low over here as well, so I imagine, yes.
Do you happen to know why?
No.
Okay. How long has your family run the Wizard of Wines? Is it like generations?
About 5 or 6 generations now, yes.
Long. We'll have to discuss it some other time. I think my companions do need a little bit of a break, but I am incredibly interested in perhaps maybe solving this shortage that people have had over the time.
Does the room come with dinner too?
John being John. Sure. We have soup and bread included in the room. If you want something right now, I can whip you up something. Sure.
If possible. We had a long day on the road. Thank you.
You get a bowl of beet soup, which is surprisingly good. It's beet with some herbs and spices in there, but it's surprisingly okay. And half a loaf of bread, which is relatively fresh.
Fabulous descriptions.
This beet soup
Relatively
is surprisingly good.
Bed, I think.
I'm tired. Let's go to sleep.
Yeah, we'll tuck in for the night. I think that's...
Alrighty. So you guys move outside. As you move past, you get another glance from Ernst. Carla, he says, sleep well.
You too.
Serena very softly adds to that, leave something for us.
And we go off to the stairs.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You don't have to drag yourself all the way over there.
Okay.
I'll switch.
Fabulous.
There we go.
Fabulous.
It seems Casario was way ahead of you already in the room.
She's beat. She's tired.
Alrighty. The room is like you left it, except for the fact that it's been made.
Okay. Is there anything anyone wants to do within the night?
I can only just take stock of the things that are in my pack, clean it up a little bit, tidy it up, and just look through what I've got. And little toys that you made me, still, brush it off, clean it up, spiff it up a bit. It's got dirty over the course of walking around.
Also, I'm noticing that I'm not showing part of a map that I should be showing you. Not that it matters all that much, but you can basically just look down into the tavern down here.
Oh,
cool.
That's cute.
So,
Yeah.
like the hallway that we walked across, you can see down.
It's a balustrade, yeah.
Oh, cool. That's
Very
what that
cute.
word means.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know if it's too
Work this out.
soon. I don't know if it's a little bit too soon since we've done the last one, but should we look into the Book of Strahd again?
You can try.
Try. I'll take a try. I'm only going to spend an hour tonight. My head is filled with a lot.
Okay. Okay. Roll me an Arcana check on that.
Exciting.
My dear
Okay.
Carla. Yes.
Don't fuck me. Never mind. That's a 1. A natural 1. Oh,
A
I'm
natural
lucky.
one. Hmm?
I
You
think
are
I'm
lucky.
lucky. I think I'm lucky. I think that's one of my things.
Is it? In that case, you can
Oh,
reroll it. But
ability check, yes. Okay, saving. Okay. Much better. Much better. Arcana. Okay, that's a 18.
an 18. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough. So you spent the hour to look into the book, and as with all the previous chapters, it's so hard to get through them. Like you deciphered one part, and that helps in deciphering the next part. But it's almost like this book is waterlogged or something. It's just so hard to get through. But at some point, you start to recognize patterns and whatnot that you're reading, and there seems to be a little bit of logic to what you're getting to, and you have a feeling that you got something in what looks to be the next chapter of this book. And there's one word that very clearly stands out, and that is the word brother.
Brother. Sergey.
You say that? Like the word brother?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as she says that, a thick mist comes from the book and seizes all three of you.
Oh, brother.
Yes. Oh, bro. The mist gets a little thicker. Just for the sake of it. You're whisked away to a realm unknown, but somehow still familiar.
Oh, wow.
When
That's
a
a
mist
little-
evaporates.
Is this the Feywild?
Where are we? When a mist evaporates, you find yourself standing on either side of a high-backed wooden throne atop a marble dais. Strahd is in between you, donning a scarlet red tunic with shimmering gold clasps and a black cape flowing over his shoulders. The hall that you're standing in extends 30 feet ahead, and various guards and well-adorned nobility form an aisle. And the crowd is abuzz with hushed voices, and the attending crowd is illuminated by a towering stained glass window in the far corner depicting a cerulean and gold sunrise. Casario, Carla, John, looking around, there are some faces that you definitely don't recognize. And there's a few faces that you do recognize. When you look at yourself, you notice that you're no longer wearing that armor that you were wearing before. You're wearing the clothing of nobility. It seems that you are, right now, playing the part of someone noble. The crowds are talking amongst each other, but other than that, there's not much happening just yet. What will you do?
Pull the clothes off a little bit because it's so tight and restricted. I hate these civilians' clothes.
Okay.
Not pull the clothes off, but like just pull at him, pick at him.
Okay, I was gonna say, just
No.
What's your words?
Sorry, yeah.
I was borderline ready to get you to roll for that.
Carla is going to take sort of like a very cautious step back towards this general here. She's going to actually try and sidle up to her a little bit.
Yep.
Like, big day, no?
She looks over at you and she says, "Oh, Yes. I'm not one for all the hullabaloo of nobility and whatnot, but one has to join in with the festivities, right?
I understand.
At least we're finally using this place.
It's beautiful. It's really shaped up nicely.
It did. It did.
And your plans for after?
Well, hopefully if the tournament gets underway, I might just join in.
Tournament? He's gonna.
You going to join
Yes.
in?
He's lean back a little bit. Try to catch Casario's eye. And go, psst.
Casario, by the way, like in nobility clothing, like you look like $1 million.
Oh, I wish I could see it.
Unfortunately, I don't have imagery for it.
First off, those clothes look great on you. Second off, do you hear about the tournament?
I just the same time as you did when Lady
Right.
Carla said,
Lady?
He says it, lady.
Imagine in a comedic moment we like turn towards sort of like lady at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Quite.
I completely forgot about the tournament. What is it again?
Well, it's in celebration, of course. It'll be a tournament. It's free to join, so if you want to. It's just for good sports, of course. So it should be later on in the afternoon. You should be able to sign up with what's his name? And she points over at Rahadim.
Oh, him. Not just between us. Do you find him a little discontenting?
She looks at you with a relatively hollow expression and she says, I suppose for someone who's just part of nobility. I've had the esteemed pleasure of working alongside him, and he is marvelous when he does what he does best.
I've not had the opportunity to see it. I'll take your word. Well, we'll have to get back to it. I'm going to sidle back up to John, and I'm gonna like turn to him and be like, you should go talk to the weird elf guy if you want to go into the tournament. Do we want to go into the tournament?
The guy over there who looks like a bat.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay. He's actually gonna take a step back now that she takes her step up, and he's gonna like lean back towards her again. Are we still your lieutenants?
Do you ask, like, Strahd?
No, the girl who's behind, because she was his general before, right? So like did we get promoted, or are we still?
She looks at you and she says, I don't think we've actually had the pleasure, so...
Who do you think I am?
I have...
John.
idea.
I'm John. Nice to meet you.
So, John, nice to meet you. That's a long last name. It's a pleasure.
What's your name?
My name is Alexandra Gwillem. And I'm one of the generals in Lord Strahd's army.
Right. You made up that really good plan before. Well, nice.
How are you
to meet
privy
you.
to the military training and planning?
Never mind. Sorry, I must be confused. He's gonna look down at
Of
Carla.
course you are, sir.
He's gonna kind of lean down to Carla and just. Apparently, we're not. I thought we're nobles.
Yes. Yeah, I gathered that. I thought we would be more familiar with her, but she's not. We're just noble. This is so strange. Why do they put us in this role? I mean, the last one, he couldn't see us. Do you remember? So strange.
I feel like we should at least, we're at least owed some recognition for what we did. We fought a couple times with him.
I killed a man, but then met him later for him.
Right. Perhaps it's best that we don't. So, Bat Guy, or the guy over there, tournament?
Tournament, yes. I mean, if
Do you think we
we
should?
have to play along with these things, if we have to find out more information, I mean, makes sense to just pretend.
Nice. This is a very good party, sir. He's gonna lean toward, look over at Strahd. Excellent place you've got here.
He just gives you a cautionary glance over his shoulder and he says, "Yes, interesting indeed."
I said excellent. It is interesting, but yeah, excellent. Never mind. All right, so Strahd doesn't remember us either.
This shittery is happening.
Yes.
Kasariel is going to casually. It strikes her as strange that the throne is facing a wall. Is that a wall?
Yes, the throne seems to be in an opposite direction.
Okay, so that is. And what is on that wall?
On that wall is, at the moment, completely nothing. Strahd itself is standing in front of the throne, facing the other way, by the way. So he's standing against the throne. But the throne itself is totally turned around. You're right.
Do you think they installed it backwards?
Instructions unclear. Throne installed backwards.
Second question is the stained glass window that you were speaking of. That's the beautifully sparkling thing.
That's
on the left.
the glowing thing in
good
the
Lord.
upper left corner. Yes.
I hadn't zoomed out. That's
Okay.
wow.
And what is it depicting? If I may.
It is a beautiful depiction of a, as I said, cerulean and gold sunrise.
Oh, okay.
Gonna just excuse me, pardon me. Step has here. Sorry. Hi, Rahadin, is it?
Yes. Hello, sir.
John, nice to meet you.
Sir, nice to meet you. It is so nice to meet you.
Right. Something about a tournament. I was told there was a tournament. I could sign up with you, or what? What are we doing here? Am I signing? We're signing up with a tournament.
Yep, sign up for a tournament.
Okay.
Yep.
There will be a tournament later. Your eagerness is duly noted, but let's wait until the festivities start, shall we?
All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, she told us that I should talk to you. So okay. Sorry about that. He's gonna look at the chair. Huh?
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Now he's gonna look at the chair and choose not to be that stupid and walk back to Carla.
To sit into it, yeah.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking
Nothing.
about?
I mean, it's a beautiful throne. I mean, no one's sitting in. Like.
Is it back?
So what about you, Casario? What are you doing?
I am just going to kind of look down at myself. Kasariel is trying to take in the interior of the castle for perhaps tactical future use. She is very much in examination mode. And then she's going to look down at herself. Am I dressed like more grand than perhaps anyone else in the room? Do I look... Or she just looks good in normal clothing?
In contrast, it's hard to tell, but copyright alert, but have you seen The Little Mermaid?
Of course.
Do you remember that scene where Ariel gets her legs back from her father and she walks out of the water in this beautiful glistering dress?
Of course. Yeah.
That's what you're wearing. Like, you look...
Okay. Am I standing on the dais with him, or am I standing next to it? I'm trying to figure out whether, in this scenario, am I like his chick?
Doesn't feel like it, but you are... I mean, not everyone gets to stand this close, so apparently you did something right or something.
Right. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to just take a look back at that wall that the throne is facing, and I'm going to take as good of a look as I can on the floor. Does it look like anything swings open, secret hatch, anything like that?
Where I'm standing?
Give me.
Yeah.
Wrong
Is there a groove in the
lever.
floor? Yeah. Why do we even have that lever?
Oh God. Yeah, 10 Papa points for whoever gets that reference, right? Give me. You know what? I find that really well thought of. So I am going to let you make an investigation check on that. Or no, make it an insight check. That's more fitting.
Okay. Okay. 12. 19.
19. You're even with the 19, you're pretty sure there's no trapdoor there.
Okay. Okay.
John's kind of getting restless.
Anything else you guys want to do?
Yeah, he's gonna go back up to Rahadin. I'm gonna look at Carla and Gazaria. Do you guys want to do anything? Or are you?
Waiting for whatever is about to happen.
You can see me like staring at that wall intently.
Look at the wall.
You notice that. Oh, yep. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Rahadin. Is this?
Yes.
I feel like I'm missing something. Is this like a coronation or what? What am I missing?
Rahadin is about to speak when you notice that around you the murmurs of the hall are being quieted by the groan of a heavy wooden door that is parting somewhere. And Rahadin turns around and looks towards the north of this room. You hear a procession of marching footsteps, and there's a fanfare of trumpets preceding a rather beautiful man that is coming up the stairs. With wavy black hair, kind eyes, and a warming smile as he struts into the chamber. He approaches boldly, draped in the familiar robes of the Morning Lord. A gilded, radiant sword rests at his hip. The hilt of the weapon is so finely crafted that you would not be faulted for believing it was made of pure light. He drops to one knee in front of the throne. Rahadin quickly makes his way next to Strahd and stands in front of you, Casariel. He raises one hand and he says, "Welcome, Sergei von Zarovich, second son of King Barov and Queen Ravanovia, awakened son of the Morning Lord, to our castle Ravenloft. The keep's splendors and comforts are yours." Sergei rises to his feet. Strahd moves from his throne and steps down the marble stairs, standing half a foot taller than his younger brother. He reaches to shake his guest's hand, but as their forearms meet, Sergei pulls his brother in for a hug. Strahd steps back and pronounces, loud enough for the room to hear, "It is good to have you, brother. Come. Let us celebrate." It felt a little awkward, the interaction between the two, but otherwise, it's unmistakable that these two are indeed brothers. And as you look at that, the sun gets a little brighter and shines even more bright through the window that you see in the upper north. And the light itself turns so bright that for a moment you are blinded by its light. One moment.
Don't actually blind us. Oh god.
No, I'm not going to. Yeah, you can't see shit. And I can only hear.
Ah.
They move a couple of people over. As the light dissipates, you feel a gentle breeze brushing your cheek. The earthy smell of the fresh grass brings spring and summer warmth, and the sun embraces you. But the serenity is broken by raucous cheering. 3 sets of tiered benches have been constructed around a ring of dirt. And 2 guests currently stand at its center in studded armor with weapons drawn. 40 feet ahead of you are 2 wrought iron gates that lead to an overlook. Even from this distance, you can see the snow caps of far-off mountain ranges to the east. The fight in the middle seems to have ended, and Rahadin is announcing the next couple to take the constructed ring. What do you guys do?
I never got to sign up.
Correct.
I mean, do you want to place money? Oh, wait, no, that's not.
I recognize this guy as Saint Andral, I think, and I just like, are we doing bets?
He looks back at you and he gives you like a bit of a funny smile and he says, "Wouldn't that be something, right?" No, this is just for sports and tradition. Besides, I don't do bets.
Right.
But if you had to bet, who would you think would win?
That depends on who's on the field, doesn't it?
You're that guy, right? The saint from Morning Lord.
I am honored that you would call me that. My name is Gabriel Andral. And yes, I am the first most servant of the Morning Lord here in Barovia.
It's nice to see you again, sir.
Well, thank you. I would wish that I could say the same, but I don't have any recollection of you, Mr.
Never mind. It must have been I must have been confused.
That is a very long last name,
God
Mr.
damn it.
I am sorry, I must have been confused.
Sorry. John. Just John. Just John.
Just John. All right. Okay. Nice to meet you, just John.
I'm going to stand and step down the bleachers. That's kind of where we're on here, bleachers.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm going to step down the bleachers and just see if I can't move a bit closer to over here to see if I can hear what they're saying or talking about.
Rahadin sees you enter the ring and he says, "Do we have a new challenger?"
Can we just jump in?
Indeed, we do. Sir John.
Wait, what?
Enters.
Sir John!
No, I thought she... Oh.
I'm gonna push him towards the ring, and as I do, with like a tap on his shoulder, I'm like, "Go get him!" And I'll give you Bardic Inspiration. Do you have a D8?
Ooh.
Do you join the ring?
I thought there was a sign up. Is there a sign up? Did I miss sign ups?
There was a sign-up, Rahadin says, but perhaps we can just do another impromptu fight. After all, and he looks around the rafters, after all, we don't want to miss a noble joining into the fight, don't we? And there's a bit of laughter around you.
Wait, I'm fighting a noble?
God damn it, Daniel.
Sarah instantly regrets her decision. Let John have this bit of fun.
Sorry.
From the rafters to the east, a lady stands up. She steps down. She looks at John and she says, "You sure you can handle a weapon?"
Do I have any weapons on me?
Not at the moment.
Oh, I seem to have... Question: given my packed weapon, is that still in effect as who I am right now?
Yes, to a degree. If there's anything you want to do with it, let me know.
Well, I was gonna say,
yes.
can I summon my mace essentially?
No.
Okay. I figured as much. Just wanted to see if I could ask.
No. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Do you have a heavy mace or a maul or something? Something with a bit of weight behind it.
You've never done this before, have you? She says. And as she says that, Rahadin quickly scoots around you, grabs 2 short swords, and hands both you and the lady over here a short sword. He says, I announce for the next battle, over here, and he points at you, John, Lord, nice to meet you. And over here, and he points at the lady, Lady Ilona Darovnia.
Actually, sorry, you're better with a sword. Did you want to fight? I know you haven't. You've done this. Right?
Don't be a coward, John.
I'm not. This is her type of weapon. I need a. This is so
Get in there.
tiny. Look at it.
Beat her for nobility.
Rahadin steps back and he says, commence.
It's such a tiny
Roll
weapon.
me an initiative roll, John.
Oh, good lord. Cocked die. It's between 18 and 4, so I'm gonna roll again. Oh, well, I get a 3.
All right. Cool.
I'm still looking
so
at the
for your
sword like,
weapon-
oh, disappointed.
For your weapon, you can use the stats of your own weapon for this.
Oh, cool.
Makes it a little easier.
Oh,
But you don't get to
That
go
girl's
first.
ass, John.
So I'm gonna flavor that in my mind. Like I see it sort of like flashes on as it being the mace. I'm like, oh, that's better. And I hold the short sword in 2 hands and get attacked while I do so.
Just get punched, you know. Let me quickly grab the stat block because I forgot that.
Well, while they're readying, you go, what are the rules? Any magic or what are we doing?
Rahadin looks at you and he says, just the weapon. First to 5 points.
Points?
The lady in front of you starts, and she makes a sway at you with her sword. Does a 26 hit.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna kill him.
I mean, it's just a little bit over my 16, but yeah.
Okay. She makes a special attack against you, where the blade makes a curvy motion towards your midsection. And it hits your side. You take 1 damage.
I like guard on the one side, but the curve hits me on the other. Ah! Clever. Very clever.
Your turn.
Right. While I'm doing this, is anyone else doing anything? I feel like I'm... Anyway. Alright. I'll attack. Does my -1 to attack roll still apply?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And I got a 16.
Hits.
All right. I'm assuming I'm not rolling for damage.
No, you don't have to. This does 1 damage.
All right. She hits me on the side. Ah, good strike. And I sort of like wheel to the right and catch her on the left shoulder.
She tries to attack back, and she does so for a 23.
That gets me.
And she doubles it with a 21.
That's cheating. Ow! Ow! Yeah, that hits me.
That is 2 damage.
All right.
Your turn.
Yeah, okay. I cast Booming Blade and hit her with that and then like take a step back.
Okay. Is there a saving throw against that?
No, it's an attack roll. I have to hit her.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. It's the exact same roll. I got a 9 plus 7. That is a 16.
That hits.
All right. So
She takes 1 damage, but now there's booming blade on that, right?
yeah, I'm gonna take a. Oh no, I'm not gonna take a step back. I'm just gonna like. I hate duels. Duels are so. It's. Anyway.
She leans into you and attacks you with a 14.
Nope.
All right, she misses. Your turn.
Clink. All right. I got a 15 plus 7, 22.
Hits.
All right. So I bat away her attack, and as the blade and her arm go wide, I've kind of understand that this is not about, hitting hard. So I reach forward and like tap her on the inside of the her sword arm.
Gives her 1 damage. And the crowd erupts for the fact that you did such a good parry, basically. She tries to lean into you once more for a 20. Dirty.
Can I cast shield?
Yes, technically you can.
All right, so I'm gonna cast shield, and essentially what happens is the blade comes at me and turns as if it like hit something that isn't really seen, and just sort of turns away, almost like a bad strike.
All right.
Losing your grip. And one, and then
Product inspiration.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yes. 8d8.
Yep, 1d8 gave me a 1, which added to my 12 gives me a 13,
which is just enough.
Okay. So
she's only wearing leather armor.
Getting caught up in the fact that he kind of did a little bit of a trick. He's been watching Carla, and tricks sometimes work. He did a little bit of a trick. She got spun away by the strike, and then he goes for a hit and nearly misses her and taps her on the back.
With that, she raises her sword and she yields. Do you accept?
Of course. This is just a duel, right?
Of course, but I have to ask.
Yes.
Rahadi steps in and he says, "A stunning performance by the Lord, where nobody would expect this outcome. It's good we're not betting today. Lady Ilona has been defeated by Sir... what was your name again, sir?
Just John. John.
Sir, just John, nice to meet you. You can step down, sir.
Okay. And as I step away...
Ooh, John!
Amazing.
The crowd is applauding you.
Amazing technique. You're almost as good as one of my comrades over there, Casariel. That's like fantastic.
She just looks angrily at you and then just moves to the stage.
Never let me do that again.
That was wonderful. Incredible performance.
As Rahadin looks around for another competitor, Sergei actually jumps to his feet, stands in the middle of the circle, and he points at his brother and he says, "What about us?" From the rest of the crowd around you, a roar just rises and overtakes the scene. And Strahd stands up, obviously not able to refuse the request for a duel, especially not from his brother. They both get swords and get at it. Sergei's sword flies down, nearly chopping Strahd in two, but Lord Strahd raises his sword in time to leave an inch gap between steel and skull. Sergei dips back, narrowly avoiding his brother's parrying dagger. He props himself up, tossing his own parrying dagger into a reverse grip, and tilting his short sword, not like a noble in a duel, but like a teenager in a street fight. Strahd scans Sergei's sloppy stance, and in a flurry of black cloth, he leads with a feint before swiping low with his red, black, and gold dagger. The younger von Zarovich is caught off guard, but manages to catch his brother's arm, batting the dagger away just as the point scratches his armor. Sergei hastily brings his blade around in a broad sweep that spins frantically toward his target. Strahd parries the obvious attack with ease, but the dervish twirls mask the dagger that nearly finds the elder's throat. Strahd weaves into Sergei's whirling blades like a dancer twirling with their partner, pulling his neck back enough to avoid the fine steel edge, and forcing his brother to overstep. He stands swiftly upright, his blade held straight, the point pressed gently to the base of Sergei's skull. They lower their weapons and bow to the crowd. The crowd erupts around you. The brothers look out over the people. Sergei waves enthusiastically. An enormous smile is plastered on his exuberant face, and hardly a drop of sweat breaks on his forehead. Strahd, however, drenched in sweat, blots his face with the black kerchief and waves out of obligation. His penetrating eyes snap briefly in his brother's direction, cutting more harshly than his longsword ever could. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. The world swirls around you again, and as you start noticing what is happening around you, you suddenly find yourself back in the room of the Blue Water Inn. Casariel, you felt inspired by this, and due to the happenings in the book, you now feel more magically attuned, and you're able to cast mage armor as a ritual once per dusk.
Whoa. Cool.
That's awesome.
Insane.
What does that do again? Does that add +5?
It does when you're not wearing armor.
Is it a self?
When you're not wearing. Okay, got it.
And it's not, I don't believe it's a self, but I'll have to look that up if you want to know for sure. But I don't believe it's a self. I believe you can do it on other people as well. Let me quickly check.
It's very handy.
One action range touch. So, nope, a willing creature.
Cool.
Oh, great. Okay.
Look
And
at
I
the
can
time.
cast that as a
we-
reaction.
Sorry?
I'll look it up. Never mind.
It is an action, not a reaction.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a ritual action.
It is a whole ritual which ends in like, okay, boop. What is great about Mage Armor, by the way, is it lasts for 8 hours. So it's like long. You can do it in the morning and then just take it with you for the entire day. You touch a... And full spell thing is you touch a willing creature who isn't wearing armor, and a protective magical force surrounds it until the spell ends. Your target's base AC becomes 13 plus its dexterity modifier. The spell ends if the target dons armor, or if you dismiss the spell as an action.
Cool.
That's awesome.
So, that being said, shall we take our break? Because we've been at it for about 2 hours. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We just took a little break, had some fun, hung out with a couple of cool people in Twitch. No, not in Twitch, in the Discord chat, yes. Because for those of you that are following us live on Twitch, you can actually talk with us during the stream while we take our break. And it was a lot of fun, so thanks for hanging out with us. We always do appreciate that. Before the break, you guys managed to get back to Vallaki, and in Vallaki, you rented a room in the Blue Water Inn and decided to spend some more time with the book that you got from Strahd's chapel. And you uncovered another chapter where some more information was shared with you guys about Strahd's brother. Other than that, you have made a long rest if you needed it, so feel free to apply it. And it now is morning at the Blue Water Inn. So I ask you, what will you do?
Can we take a moment to just thank a few peeps? Or did you want? We can do that at the end.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Wanted to. Oh, if I can get it up. Hang on.
Intermission.
Sorry. All right.
Difficulty.
Yeah. Thank you for. I think it's Black Sun Gaming presents. Did a massive gift sub. Thank you so much for all of that. Thank you for all the support. We had quite a few.
That's actually
subs.
my friend Ben, and he is an incredible DM, and runs very kind of creepy, scary, almost horror games. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, I believe his website is Black Sun Gaming.
Cool.
Check
Yeah,
it out.
I will.
Very
I will
cool.
be following and checking that out. Also horror, nice, interesting, cool, creepy. I like it.
Yes, I have been in a few of his campaigns, and they are incredible and mysterious. And it's like just trying to figure out what's going on. It's super, super, super amazing. He's very talented.
Nice.
Awesome.
We had a few other subs, and we had some follows, and we also had a raid from Yermageddon. Thank you all so much for all the support. Thank you for everything. We're still starting up as a show, and it's a pleasure to get this kind of love and energy.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Okay. So, what? No, good point. Because I totally forgot. Because that's what happens.
Get caught up.
What do you guys want to do?
All right. Let's plan for the day.
Did I win
So
a
we
duel?
will fight. You did. Congratulations. It was very good.
That was awesome.
Yes, you did wonderful against that girl.
She was. You saw her. She was very talented. She was almost as well. She was with some more training. She might be, as good as you.
You did great, John.
Thank you.
I knew you would.
That was interesting. It recognizes. You guys want to go get
Hates
some
his mother.
breakfast?
Yes. Well, we're eating breakfast. We should plan for the day because there's a lot on our to-do list. So we were invited this morning. So will we skip down and say that we're having breakfast kind of downstairs?
Hang on,
Sure.
John.
Okay.
One question. Now that you've woken up, Carla and Casariel feel like, they would need some breakfast. You do too, but it's like you have a bit of a craving.
I have several pies in my bag. Like, well, I don't even need to go downstairs.
Roll me a d12, please.
All right. I'm amazing at these. Oh, I got a 10.
You got a 10.
Sorry, just better than a 2.
You think you should be able to just roll with the normal breakfast over here. Unless you really want to have a pie. You do have them on you.
You know what? The breakfast downstairs sounds really good. Those pies are fantastic. I'm going to have a pie with breakfast.
I don't think you should do that, John. You should save those for profit.
Think about the money. And she kind of like grabs his face. Think about the plate armor we could put you in.
Okay.
plate
How about
armor,
this? How about this? I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to hang on to those pies. They're still my pies. I could eat them in the future.
Yes.
I'm going to save them for now until we go to the windmill and restock because I don't want to be out. But maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Fine.
Okay.
Well, hang on. I'm just going to step outside. Can I see down to the cook or the bar owner?
Sure. Yeah, you can see them.
What do you have for breakfast?
Beet soup and bread.
Do you have any eggs, bacon, anything? Chicken?
I got a wolf steak, but that's not included.
I'll take a... Oh, okay. How much? Okay. I'm just going to order a wolf steak.
Any different.
Okay.
Yeah.
A wolf steak, yes,
Yeah.
as in made from wolves.
Yeah.
I believe it's a silver.
He's gonna go downstairs and have a wolf steak with his beet soup.
Right. Are you following Casariel and Carla?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Let me quickly check on that wolf steak for you. Hang on. 2 silver. That was close.
Cool beans.
I think we'll park up at this table today.
He's a little disappointed that he's not eating a pie, but you know he's got to be careful. He's got to ration him out of it.
The bar is relatively empty this time of morning.
Okay.
But there are a couple of people here. The bar's being tended, of course.
To-do list. So we're going to go and talk to the publishing house because that could be interesting if nothing else. We need to go and investigate Vasili's house, as that might lead us to some clues about what happened. Is there anything else we want to cover? What is on your guys' list?
Pies. And vampires.
Vampires, yes. For specifically Vallaki, that the pies will be for outside.
Sure.
Vampires in Vallaki. We can maybe ask around to see if there's been any strange attacks, that kind of thing.
We have a bunch of coffin nails. Do you think the coffin maker will have anything to do to tell us about those?
He would be a good place to investigate those vampires as well. We might be able to get a lead there. So that could be tied together.
He said he was working with them. I hope he hasn't been killed by them.
We left him at the church, so I think he has a better chance than anything.
Good point.
What about you, Casariel? Is there anything specifically in Vallaki you want to get to? Over here.
No, I think you will have covered it.
Okay. Right.
Do I still feel super tired today?
So, to be honest. Which doesn't really say anything. You were asking if you still have to apply that -1 to attack rolls, right? Yeah, you don't.
Yay! Cool beans.
All right.
This steak was very charred, but it was better than just soup. Guess we're off.
That's good.
Carla, you know where we're going, right, Carla?
Yes, the publishing house that we passed. That's where we're going to go first.
All right, I'll follow you.
And she'll lead the way.
So you're going outside and you go to the publisher house that you've seen before. And after about a 5 to 10 minute walk, you manage to go there. Walking down the street, you come across a singular building that has a sign hanging outside that says Larnac Publications. And there's a lovely welcome mat in front of the door.
Carla's going to very confidently stroll up to it, get by the door, and give it a knock.
It's a shop, so the door sort of moves with you as you knock it.
Oh.
You can open it yourself if you would want to, but
Sure, why not? Pop inside.
the door opens and you walk into a shop that is very neatly appointed and that shows papers everywhere around you. There's various stands that show different types of paper, warning posters, wanted posters, people that are missing, deeds, newspapers. Looks pretty nice, and most of it looks freshly printed. In the middle of the room, there is a large desk, and you noticed a person standing behind that you've seen before. Behind him, there's a bunch of filing desks, and there's a lot more paper. The room seems to extend beyond that.
I definitely light up at the sight of like all this very clearly laid out evidence of different things very excitedly, but then I'm going to beeline it towards him and I'm going to be like, Larnac, How are you?
Ah, well, Carla, wasn't it? Yes,
Yes.
Carla.
Mhm.
So good to see you. Welcome to Larnac Publications.
It's a fabulous place. I mean, such interesting pieces you're keeping here. Is this what this place is?
We are a publication house. We are the one and currently only printing press in Vallaki.
What about in Barovia? Do you know if there's others? Oh, are you an exclusive?
Quite possibly in Barovia, but we mostly cater to Vallaki.
Well, what is it you wanted to show me? I mean, besides how wonderful this place is.
Well, seeing as you are a journalist, I figured you might be interested in the papers that we have, the printing presses that we have over there in the back. So let's start with those first. Feel free to have a look around. Maybe I can do something for you in terms of this newspaper that you were talking about.
Yes, the Violet Gazette. I am published there, but I do think a piece in Barovia would be a nice addition to my resume. Why don't you lead me around the store, show me some of your best pieces?
Right. And he takes you like on a tour along all these pieces of paper that are here in front.
Mm-hmm. Carla will join him, probably on his arm. Kind of.
You will let you.
Yeah. Looking for the most interesting piece, that kind of like anything that stands out a lot.
The two that would be standing out would be the menu cards that are at the top left, and a piece of paper that looks like it's a deed. It's an unsigned one, but it's very well crafted.
What's it a deed for?
It's nondescript, but it definitely looks like legalese, like with the deed with the wax stamp on it and everything.
Is this just a tester for if someone wanted to possibly purchase or acquire something?
Yes, they're examples of the work that we do.
Excellent. You know, I did recently acquire and then give away a deed to the old windmill nearby.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
You like pies?
Oh, I love them. Do you like them?
Oh, I do.
Oh, good. We should discuss whether or not you'd like some, because I do have a little stack in here that I've primed and ready to be sold. But
oh, you like multiple pies?
Yes.
Interesting. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Very well. When I look at the deed, does it remind me of the one from the, like, does it look like it would have been the same craftsmanship for the one at the windmill? Or is that too old?
The style would be roughly the same, but yes, it's definitely, there's like a couple of 100 years difference in here. But if you compare them, they're both deeds. You can very clearly make that out.
Yeah, like I know what they are, but I like trying to see if this publication house was the one that made that same deed. But if it is just kind of like, if there's too much of a difference.
Yeah, there's too much of a difference to tell. If you'd have to guess, then probably not.
Okay, very well.
In the meantime, Casario, what are you doing?
I am just standing quietly listening to Carla work her magic, and off every now and then looking over at John, making sure he's not getting into any trouble she's got to get him out of, or try to.
Fair enough.
She's John, like mouthing, like, "Don't touch anything. Don't touch."
Keep your filthy, grubby hands to yourself.
As soon as Carla went off and did her thing, she's very interested in paper and words and stuff. I was gonna stand with Casario and just look around, but then she went off and started talking to Carla, or watching Carla, whatever she's doing, and this chair is pretty comfortable. He sort of sat down and he pulled out his weapon. He's like just, picking dirt off of it and cleaning it and stuff like that. This place is boring.
Okay.
I think it's interesting.
No, this is perfect. Yeah, John is like super. Yeah. Daniel's very interested. John's not.
I know. It's okay.
So, and he walks to like the front of the shop and he shows some more papers over here. Carla, you do follow him?
Oh, yes, obviously.
So getting a little further away from John and Casero, he turns to you and he says, "So, what are your hobbies, Carla?"
You might find me a bit strange, but I
Oh,
do love.
there's nothing that hits me as strange anymore these days. Try me.
Do you believe in the paranormal?
Go on.
I am an investigator of the paranormal, a ghost hunter. I have some equipment that I have had specially crafted in order to contact those beyond the grave and find out their tales. For I mean, once someone dies, the story ends. But what if you could contact them and find out more? So that's what I'm interested in. And I pull out the crystal ball that I have, my EMF reader, basically. And I show him this, and I'm like, this works in a way where ghosts can reach me through the crystal ball I have, and I show the Ouija board cloak and kind of how that works. And as I'm kind of doing that, I get kind of excited, but then I stop and kind of look to see if he's gauging it well or not. Like an insight check to see how he's thinking about this.
Give me that insight check. Sure.
Hey, 6 plus 4, 10. Not great.
He seems to be very interested in you.
In me. Okay. Yeah, so I show him that, and I'm like, and then I take out the last copy of the Violet Gazette that I had in my bag, which would have been the week prior to me going to Daggerfort Manor, and it would have been a publication on the usual stuff that my colleagues write, but then for me it was a look into a mausoleum within Neverwinter that had been showing some interesting signs of life for a place that's meant to be dead, and I show him that. It's like, this is the sort of things that I write.
And he looks it over and he says, the printing should have been better, but other than that, interesting piece. Tell me, Carla, do you like ghost stories?
Yes.
That is so imprinted in my
Clearly.
brain.
Is it right? Right. I literally can't hear anyone say that without immediately losing my mind. Anyways.
For those of you that didn't get that, like that are coming in like later on, that is like totally our intro and whatnot. And if you haven't seen that, just go ahead and check it out because it's
So
cool.
dumb.
But
So amazing. So dumb.
Carla, one question. So you're a journalist. You write what you see, right? Like within the confines of your task description. You're traveling these lands together with what are their names?
John and Casariel, they are incredibly highly skilled warriors of a religion.
All right. So,
Sorry.
traveling with them, those are the only people you travel with?
For the most part. Why?
And they're like a couple, right?
Not as... I don't know, to be perfectly honest. They behave in such strange ways. I think it's complicated.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And how about you? Are you complicated too, or are you
I have
open to suggestion?
I have my flings back home, but they're back home. I don't know if I'm ever going to leave this place. Why do you ask? None of this has to do with my intellect or writing skills.
Intellect can be interesting. You see, my publishing business is doing rather well. And I'd love to find a lasting relationship with you in terms of being able to print whatever you write. I think there's something there that we should look at. However, there are other exploits that I pursue in town that might be up your proverbial alley.
Oh, I do enjoy the wilder side of life, I suppose, especially given my profession, what I'm interested in.
Can
What
imagine.
exploits are those?
See, there are moments in life that we all need to have a place and a moment and a location, and you know, we all need to take a load off every once in a while, if you catch my drift.
Catching it. With a wink.
Hmm.
And she's going to just quickly go, like, one moment, just making sure no one's, listening in. I'm going to turn around, look at Casariel, and message her, and say, this place is absolutely a front for some other business. Be prepared.
10,
And you're,
cocking 4. She's horrified, but trying to keep her horrified gaze on these boring books in front of her. As
an
she
aside,
listens to everyone.
is there supposed to be ambient music or ambient noise in this place? Or
There is a bit of ambient noise, yes.
all right, I think it stopped looping on my end. That's possible.
Let's
Sorry about that.
Let's restart. No issue. Thanks for telling me.
Cool.
Let's restart that. There we go. Can you hear it? Does it just sound like rain and stuff?
It says 0 out of 0 on mine for time. Okay, it's fine. I just wanted to see if that was a thing.
It should play, but should is such a fickle term. So, John, by the way, you've also moved. What are you doing?
In the intervening time, he sort of gotten up. He noticed that there were some people in the back. What are these people doing back here?
So one of them you might recognize by face from the Blue Water Inn. It's one of the guys that was sitting in the corner up in the northern part of the Blue Water Inn earlier on. He's just filing away paper and walking back and forth between that and these large machineries down here. The other one is at a desk sorting paper.
All right. John's going to walk up and ask and just say, like, is this for like a newspaper? What is this? What do you guys make?
The guy in front of you just looks up and he says, we're printing pamphlets, I believe we're doing right now. Yeah, pamphlets.
Can I have one?
Sure. Yes.
Cool.
And he hands you one of the pamphlets from the one that is on the left.
And John's not even going to look at it. He's just going to put it in his like bag.
Sure.
So, what is this town like? Was there a festival or something recently? I heard there was going to be a festival.
Yes. You'd have to talk to the Burgermeister about that, but there was a Wolf's Head Jamboree earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the Festival of the Blazing Sun yesterday. And the next one, next week, will be... was it the Wickerman Festival? I don't remember. It's on the pamphlet.
All right. I'll check out the pamphlet. And he sort of just ignores him and walks down here. Starts walking towards the other guy. But anyway, go on.
The pamphlet itself looks exactly like the ones that you found in the town before. And it literally has the exact same text, except for where it said Blazing Sun, it indeed says Wickerman Festival.
Gone through a lot of effort, have you? As he mumbles as he walks along.
There's a lot of printing. He wants 100 of these.
Every week. At least last week it was the same, right?
Correct.
Okay. And he's just going to walk over towards the other person, but sort of meandering. He's not going to get there right away.
Yep. Carla.
So if someone was looking to, relax a little bit in this town, where would they go?
So you are interested.
Of course.
Wonderful. Now, I do have to warn you.
Mm-hmm.
We are a select group of people with a select membership. We don't have any entrance fees and all that. I don't really believe in that. However, you will have to understand that what we offer is not for everybody, and because of that, we prefer to keep it a little bit on the hush hush down low. We expect you to keep it there too, and should you not, the consequences could be dire. I'm sure you understand, right?
Naturally.
Splendid, splendid. If you'd want to find out more, and he points towards the western part of the building where you see a singular room just further down from the table with chairs. He says, go ahead, go through that door, and then take the first door on your left. You'll be met with someone over there. Just mention to him that you're there for fresh roses.
Fresh rose. Very well. I'll just talk to my companions a little bit to, distract them while I head down, if you don't mind, before I head over.
They're more than welcome to join you, but if you'd want me to distract them, then sure.
I'll talk to one of them. Do you see the big man with the long hair over there?
Sure,
Maybe
yes.
just chat to him for a while. Yes?
But of course, yes.
So I'm going to pop over to Casariel. And as I kind of reach over to her, I'll kind of see if he's still watching. And if he is, I'll loop my arms with her a little bit to make it seem like, oh, we're really friendly. And I'm going to be like, so this place is definitely a front for a brothel. I'm worried in case there's any exploitation going on. So, maybe we should pop down, see how, people are doing, and if we need to kick ass. I mean, personally, you know my stance on sort of these things. Are you down?
Of course.
Very well.
It's not just a brothel. I was thinking something way worse. Brothel? Oh, God. All right. That's not so bad.
Okay, we'll leave John up here for the moment, just because I don't think he wouldn't be able to blow this for us. Also, I couldn't imagine him in one of those kind of scenarios, to be honest.
I think we're going to miss a lot of comedy between you two chatting about this, but I agree with you.
It's a very good idea. Very good idea.
But if we need him, I can, contact him. It'll be fine.
And we should. Perhaps
Right.
periodically, just in case you need some help.
Sounds good. Very well.
As I approach this person, can I ask them a question?
They are very busy, but I guess.
He's just going to sort of walk up to me. What are you doing?
He just jolts back in his chair. What? I'm working. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Is it?
Did you
Ernst,
make these pamphlets?
Tending shop?
Who's that?
He looks over his shoulder and he sees Ernst actually coming towards the middle of the shop again. He's like, it's him. If you have any questions, please ask him. I'm busy.
All right. Paper pusher jockey. He starts walking away.
Nerd.
I think the equivalent of that, yeah. I felt that.
The captain of the football team. Calling the kid a library a nerd.
Oh my god. Okay, just while we're kind of out of it still, do we want to take John or not? That's the decision.
Oh.
I guess it's fine. You can get my attention if you need me. He's just sort of wandering around, pushing on things.
I'll give him very specific instructions if we need him. Okay, so we'll head over to whatever door there is that we're meant to go to. So here?
You should be able to see a door there.
Yeah. Okay, pop in. Oh, come along.
Going into the door, you find a mostly empty hallway with just a lantern at the end of it. And there's two doors here. One directly close to you on your left, and one a little further away on the left.
Okay, so we'll go to the is it the further away one, he said?
He said directly on your left.
Okay, then that one. Yeah, we'll go there.
Right.
Knock on the door first. In case.
You don't hear any response.
Then I'll pop it open and
Okay.
have a look inside. Like, hello.
You walk inside and you see an older gentleman that looks a little rough, to be honest. Just sitting there in a chair.
Mhm.
He's looking at you. And he doesn't
Hi.
say anything.
So this is the room for fresh roses, yes?
He just does a little. He slowly stands up and walks towards the door, and you hear a very clear latch is being unlocked, and he opens the door for you.
Hey, I'll pop inside.
Beyond this door is staircase that goes down.
That looks fucking creepy.
Casariel, around you, in the corners of this room, you see cobwebs.
Mm-hmm.
Should we bring John?
Can you explain to John in a minute or less what a brothel is and why one might visit it?
I'll just tell him how to get in here.
Probably aware of what a brothel is.
You're not here.
Like, conceptually, at least.
I'll get him to come over here. So
John, have you ever eaten chicken? Like, you really hungry? You want to have chicken, right? Yeah. Okay.
I've
so
got
this
3
is
pies
KFC.
in my.
KFC.
What
KFC.
I don't
Okay.
understand. Right.
John, hello, it's Carla. I'm going to send you another message in a moment, but are you listening?
It should
Yes.
be BFC, by the way.
He says out loud verbally,
Barovia fried
yes.
chicken.
She doesn't know this, so she can't tell him to not do it. So what you're going to do is you see there's a room over at the side there. Me and Xariel just walked into it. You're going to pop inside, tell the man you're looking for fresh roses, and he'll send you to us, okay? And I'm going to wait for his reply.
Right now?
I'm going
Right.
to peek my head out the door. I can already see what's happening. I already can envision in my head the confusion. I'm leaving. I'm going to peek my head out the door and I'm going to wave.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah, you pop over here so
Oh,
that
okay.
we can do that. And remember to tell him to fresh roses, okay? And if the other man tries to stop you, tell him that your companions gave you the go ahead to smell the roses.
As he walks past, he's going to say, "Are you Ernst?"
Yes. You must be. What's your name again?
John. Just John. Nothing
Right.
else. There's nothing else.
Right. John, you're with Carla, aren't you?
Yeah. Do you run this place?
I sure do.
That man over there was very rude to me. Just over in the corner, he was busy. I understand he was busy. I just was asking what he was doing, but fine. I understand.
He's just being busy. Just like forgive him.
I'm going to go get some roses. I'll talk to you later.
Have fun.
That was odd.
I never called you a Karen.
I was just gonna say, John, did you just turn into a
sorry.
Karen briefly?
Very briefly.
So damn funny. Oh.
All right. This doesn't look like a rose garden or anything.
Hi, my name is Karen Varenthal.
John Carenthal.
John Carenthal.
Mm.
Of the Carenthals. Oh my god.
This place has terrible
God.
lighting. Are you the manager?
John,
We shall speak
I'm
to the
going to need
manager.
you to please pay attention.
Yes.
No questions asked. All right. I
Why?
believe it's a brothel. It's a secret brothel. Do not, one, ask any of the women and or men working here anything. Actually, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Promise? Moonlight above?
I can't say anything.
Good.
Because Ariel doesn't work there. You can talk to her.
Oh,
Fine. No, that's great. Keep listening. We're talking. It's fine. I'm good with
Okay.
it. Sir, the roses and all that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
John's not going to say anything, and he walked forward.
He holds like, it is like a big arm holding you. What do you think you're doing, buddy?
Roses, fresh roses,
Yeah, Casario told me not to say anything.
fresh roses.
I'll stick my head back out the door. He's going to smell my roses.
Oh, it's a private party. All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm going to pull him through the door.
Girl.
That's it. I'm done. I'm not continuing.
You need to give Carla a moment.
John,
You started this. Actually, you started this. You cannot quit. I don't want to hear anything about 2 weeks. This is your brothel scene. You brought us here. None of that.
John walks through the door and he's like, I don't understand what is going on here.
I kind
You're
of
going to
did.
smell Casariel's rose.
Yes.
She doesn't even grow plants.
Yep. And then you're going to have a pie.
I'm like actually crying.
This devolved quickly. This is your fault.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm really worried. I'm really worried
For the
about
first time.
exploitation of women in Barovia.
Now, you guys want to go down the stairs?
Yeah, let's get into that brothel.
Cool. So one thing I want to add in, as funny as this is, as a matter of fact, this isn't the fault of Casariel or Carla or John. This is actually the fault of none other than DM Andy. This is actually a complete homebrew part of Barovia that he added in. I just wanted to say that because this is really cool. This is
this debauchery brought to you by DM Andy.
Yes, all the shit leading up to it, that's me, but this is it.
Is it? It could very well not be a bra. Like, oh my god. See, guys, my name is Anne, and I'm incredibly worried about the exploitation of women in Barovia, so that's why I'm here. I promise there's no alternative reasons.
This is a terrible place to grow plants. There's no sunlight. It'd be very difficult to get water down here. I don't understand any of this.
Do you see? I'm gonna look at Carla. Do you see what I mean? See what I mean?
I know. But it's... Sorry. I need a moment.
You open up a door, and you see that there's another couple of stairs that are leading downwards. It smells kind of damp down here.
Okay, I see papers here. I'm gonna rummage through them.
They're just old stock of misprinted folders and whatnot. A lot of them have hear ye, for the coming week we will have, and then a nondescript party mentioned on it.
Okay. I'm going to just continue down.
Okay. You walk into a room that looks like a storage room. There's an old printing press here, along with a lot of other items that might have been used in the shop above at some point.
I'm gonna... What over on this desk? What's here? Is it just again miscellaneous papers or anything?
Miscellaneous papers, ink, and whatnot. Nothing that really stands out.
I'm gonna hold up the pamphlet that I got and just walk around to other papers and see if it looks similar, because John thinks he's an investigator.
Roll me an investigation check.
Oh my god. That's not. Oh, okay. An 8. This die has been
John,
giving
you
me
take
nothing but 9s.
You take some time comparing your note with the other various notes that you find around this room. You look in crates and you look at the printing press, and after all of that, you are pretty damn sure that this is paper.
This all seems to be made of the same material. Paper.
You're doing so well, John. Okay. I'm gonna do a proper investigation of the place because I can't believe that this is the only thing that's here. This is scream sexy times. Okay.
Well, I mean, everything is 60 times if you're brave enough, but
Just look up.
there's a printing press here after all.
That's 26.
Well then. Wow. Hi, my name is Carla, and I roll just shit like stupidly high.
Got an 18 plus 8.
Not that I expected anything less from you.
Yep.
Carla, you look around, and this is definitely just an old cellar with a printing press and paper and all that. There's nothing that strikes you as odd. This is what a cellar of a publication building would look like.
That's it.
Except for one thing.
What?
As you're looking around, like, the walls are just decorated in bullshit. Like, just crates and whatnot. But the wall that you're standing right now is the only one that isn't covered in crates and stuff. And it strikes you as odd that everything is covered in a layer of dust, but this particular spot that you're standing is relatively clean.
Mm.
You look at the wall, and with your 26, you spot on this bricked wall one brick that is just extended a little bit more than the rest.
Going to start messing with it to see if it opens up to a door.
You press it,
Mm-hmm.
the door opens up.
Excellent. This way. Going to adjust it for the two of them. Okay, you're telling me this isn't a sex cult given what I'm looking at right now?
I don't know what you're looking at.
What are these on the floor?
On the floor, you're seeing beams of light coming through murder holes from a room on the other side. Do you want to look through them?
As we came in, this looks like, are these things that John and Casariel have seen given their military background?
They're just murder holes that, like, arrow slits.
Just the murder holes? That's what I mean. It's like, when we see that, like, this could be a danger. I feel. Is that something that might be?
It depends on if there's someone standing on the other side.
Okay. Casariel, I feel uncomfortable in this room.
There is a set of double doors to your north.
I don't particularly think we're going to feel comfortable here at all, but I think we should proceed and just, make the best of it.
I'm gonna get right up next to the murder hole and look through. Is there anyone on the other side?
Yeah, 3 people actually.
Hello?
They seem like thugs. They don't look like they're washed up or anything. They look like thugs. And as you say hello, they just look at you intently, but don't do anything.
We're here for roses?
John.
John?
Oh, I'm not.
No.
Sorry, I didn't say anything.
Hi.
I'm gonna peek my head in and give him a little he's with me and wink and then pull him away towards this door.
There's people on the other side. Did I notice? Did they have bows and arrows or anything that could shoot through murder holes?
Oh
okay.
Yeah, crossbows.
All right, Casariel, Carla, they had crossbows. This is not a good situation to be in. Just in case, I don't know what's going on here, but
maybe stay away from the line of fire. Then see, that's the thing. Are they holding these poor people hostage in here? Broth? We're looking for. We're looking to weed out corruption.
all right,
Okay.
All right, from a standpoint, just so you know, this is not a very strategic location to be on the other side of murder holes where there's people with crossbows. Just making that
we're
clear.
Crafty. We're crafty.
Listen,
I'm
we've
not.
been invited here to be one of them. John, you've got to get into character. You're here, right? Perhaps it's a brothel. So what would you be looking for?
Roses.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm going to open this door.
Right.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy to open the door like this
Sure.
and just smile as I exit.
The northern doors swing open to reveal another stone room. You see 4 individuals playing cards, drinking, and gambling around a small table to the north, and on the table are glinting piles of coin.
Ooh. We can't see
To the
anything.
east,
Yeah, it's still.
I know. I'm working on that.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
To the east, there is a cage, or rather a caged room, which contains numerous weapons and a table in the center, which the cage is slightly raised over. Behind that table, within the caged room, is a surly-looking dwarven woman polishing a blade.
I am going to kind of give her like a wink and a smile, and then I'm going to turn towards the people playing cards and say, "Oh, got room for one more?"
We have to. And they look over to the dwarven lady that is standing in that cage. And she says, weapons first. Here. You need to deposit them.
As Carla's talking, I'm gonna just kind of casually walk over to John and like touch his face and just say, "Do you know it's divine? Your senses. You know, your divine senses.
Huh.
Your senses are so divine. Did I ever tell you that?"
Thank you. He's gonna catch the hint. He catches the hint, and he's gonna lean up against the wall and just sort of close his eyes and breathe in and sort of extend his senses and divine sense.
And depending on how you would interpret your senses, there's definitely something divine happening here. There's a lot of good.
Anything evil or good, celestial, fiend, or undead, or anything hallowed or or
What's your
hallowed.
range?
60 feet.
What's your range? Yeah. Other than my poor attempt at a joke. No, you don't.
Sorry. Yes, that divine sense is lost on John, unfortunately.
I get it.
This is the worst brothel I've ever heard of.
It's the worst brothel ever.
I want to feel evil here, god damn it.
So funny.
Yeah. So yeah, he looks over, he goes, he just sort of subtly shakes his head no to indicate nothing. Didn't catch anything.
I'm going to place the Mace of Terror down in front of her, and I'm like, "Well, I have this, and I don't know if you'd count like this as a weapon at all, but you know, I think I'm going to keep it on me if that's okay."
You pointed at what?
The magnifying glass.
She doesn't.
I give her the Mace
smile
of
at
Terror, but I like try to be funny.
She just like she doesn't laugh at you. She just takes the mace and puts it like in a designated place underneath the desk.
Take care of that, and I'm going to confidently walk away and hope she doesn't ask for anything else.
As soon as you do a step away, she says, "What about the daggers?"
The dagger. Oh, sure. And I take out the 2 daggers that I keep kind of mostly hidden in my coat, and I'm like, "Here you go."
Okay. You're welcome to move on.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Sanguine Rose.
Sanguine Rose. Interesting. Named after anyone?
Yes, after a flower.
Okay. You two should probably deposit at least something down there.
This wall here has caught my eye. The red wall?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's a curtain, like a red velvet curtain.
Oh. Okay. Oh, great. Good. Okay. That's not what I thought it was, but makes sense. Yeah, that makes total
I'm
sense.
very curious to hear what you thought it was, though.
Well, it looks a little bit like something out of Stranger Things.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
But no, yeah, a curtain makes way more sense than that.
No, I kind of want to retcon it now, but
we just meet
Vecna?
Vecna.
This like wound in the wall. You know.
But no, it's a curtain.
All right, so he's gonna follow Casariel over to the weapon person.
Casariel just starts short sword. You know, it's one of those scenes where like she just keeps like, you know, like 5
Daggers.
minutes later she's still unloading like this dagger and that dagger, and she's got like a dagger in here and like you know,
you're
like
kind of doing the Matrix thing, right? Like where you open up your coat and there's like.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you deposit everything? Like weapon-wise?
Do I deposit everything weapon-wise? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Except for my crossbow. I'm gonna try to keep that.
All right.
But I'll give the bolt inside of it, but I'm not gonna give the actual crossbow. I'll give all of my bolts. It's
She
something
looks at you
about-
and she says, need to
Hello.
crossbow too.
Right. If I have no bolts, how would I harm anyone with it?
Grab something inside and just use that. I want to have the crossbow, or you're not going in.
It's also pretty heavy, Casariel. You could whack someone with it, probably.
Casariel just like for a moment assesses the woman in front of her and just like has an Ally McBeal moment where she like pictures herself like bashing her head against the table. But then she just smiles and puts the crossbow on the table.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Welcome to the Sanguine Rose.
Thank you.
Walking up and seeing the pile of daggers and swords that are on the table, sort of looks up at the woman and says, "I haven't seen a single plant in this place." And he pulls out his maul and he looks at it for a second. "Don't touch this," and it just thuds it onto the table.
Okay. She immediately grabs it and puts it somewhere else.
He walks over with Casariel.
Okay. Welcome to the Sanguine Rose.
What are we doing here again?
Just seeing if anyone's being held against like their will more than anything.
This is, do you know, John, do you know like you know, there's always an underbelly in every city. You know, like the Slayer's take, or like the you know, where the
Yeah.
rogue guilds are.
I know what you're
This is
talking
that place here, right? But it's secret. Nobody knows that, right? So we've got to play it cool, as if we're here for the entertainment.
It's a good
Right.
place
Just
to find out
remember
any evil as well.
You see John's hand is sort of clenching and unclenching, and there's a little bit of odd flickering going around his fist. And he just sort of, fine.
Hey,
Oh, have I ever seen that before?
Good question, yeah.
So just for players and DM, this is the Pact of the Blade feature of the essentially, if it's away from him for more than 1 minute, he can resummon his blade or his weapon using an action.
Cool.
So yeah, he's like just feeling it.
ooh, cool.
Darrell doesn't know that, but Marissa is pretty fucking excited for him to say, big fuck you to this girl behind the counter over there. Yeah. All right.
I don't think John knows it yet too. He just sort of feels it.
Very cool.
Here we go.
Carla will take the lead and open the curtains proudly.
As you push back the heavy red velvet curtains, the mood of the room changes dramatically. From the stone security area you came from, the crimson tiled floor is divided by carpeted walkways that lead to other locations of the Sanguine Rose. There are 4 marble columns adorned by sheer fabrics, draped overhead. The center of the room has a slight depression in the floor, where 2 carpeted steps lead into a den filled with soft pillows and fabrics. Numerous hookahs, bottles of wine, and fruits can be found here. You see many red velvet couches, chairs, and chaises positioned around the parlor, where various courtesans sit and entertain guests. The room is dimly lit aside from a roaring fire located at the northern wall. Various oil paintings hang across the walls depicting lewd scenes of an erotic nature. Under these paintings, in large vases, sorry, I'm a sucker for details, can be seen rose bushes with deep red crimson roses growing from them. The smell of cooked food is coming from the eastern door. And as you walk in, there's someone standing around the corner that looks at you when you come in, and she says, welcome, welcome, hi! New faces, we like new faces here. Hi, my name is Anna Conda, and I will be your patron for today. Hi, you! And she looks at John, you need a bath, my friend.
We're here for roses.
All right. The direct approach. I like that.
It's little, and I'm going to kind of go to say like he's a little tapped in the head.
We were told to
You
ask
can be
for
kind
roses.
with him.
What,
Want a rose?
do I really need a bath? Hang on.
You kind of do, John.
We've been walking on the road. We've gone back and forth for Kresk. We've been to Barovia. We were in a house that was on fire. I don't.
John.
I feel
John.
this. I feel somewhat attacked.
I did offer you some soap.
Yes, but I
You're
mean,
the one who said
water.
no.
The water is freezing out there. Have you been outside? He starts talking to Anna. Have you been outside? The water is freezing out there.
John.
Yes. So do you have baths or something? Like a shower?
We do.
Or not shower.
We have everything that would suit your need. What are your names, if
You
I
have
may
pies.
ask? Oh, we have pies in many selections.
Cool. I have a couple too.
Oh, I imagine you do. Front or back?
They're in my backpack. Did they? I still have my backpack, right? I have three, actually. I have three.
Wow.
Do you know what?
Most of our clients don't get past 2.
He's with me. We'd like to stay together. It's our first time here, I'm just gonna take him by the arm and just pull him next to me.
I was on the verge of a sale. I was going to sell some of our pies.
Anna points to the room and specifically to the girl that is very close to you, lying down on one of those like divans, and she says, "Oh, well, if it's your first time, then Mariska over there is really good with that."
Does she like sweet potato or?
Oh, she loves any potato you throw at her.
We also have meat and vegetable.
Oh my god. John.
All right.
Is that so?
Carla, I'm having trouble getting through to her. You talk to her.
You stick with Casariel and you just have the best time and you find out whether everyone else in here is having a good time. And, at the end, we'll meet up after our experiences. No.
They did say they have baths, so I could probably do for a bath, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try and shove you both towards the new experience one, and in Casariel's head, she's gonna hear, try and get some information out of these women, try to see what the vibe is. Keep him out of trouble.
That's all you hear.
I'm gonna turn to Anaconda then and be like, they're newbies, but I'm, a bit more experienced. What would you
Oh, I can tell. If you're a bit more experienced, what is? Let's just speak plainly. What is your preference?
Don't really have one.
Anything you can get your hands on?
Anything interesting, I suppose. Nothing boy.
Well, she looks around the room and she says, "We have Mariska, but I think she's gonna get her hands full with
she will definitely
what's
have a
his
handful of
name?
them. John.
John. Oh, what a lovely name. If you like a little bit more muscle, a little bit more, a little bit more crust to your pie, so to speak, we have Julius up there near the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And over at the fireplace, you see like this Adonis of a man standing there that is like just like 90% muscle and 10% blonde hair and a cape. Like it's
That man is a demigod.
Actually, Kasariel sees him and she looks at John and pats his shoulder and says bye. And she's gonna go.
Yeah.
But
Let's go.
Sorry to interrupt.
Julius doesn't say anything. He just moves over to Casaria and starts massaging her shoulders. She says, "It might be that she's occupied."
Seems so.
Then over there, and she points into the pit, she says, "We have Velvet, who has a way with punishment." And then she points over at the other side of the room. She says, "We have Sorina. She's our newest girl. She's very intriguing. If you like something new, but then again, I guess you are new. She's intriguing. If you want something really exotic, you're gonna have to wait. We have a couple of more people around here. We have Jarix, we have Armenia, and we have Shyla."
That's very interesting. If any of them become available, I might give them talking to. But I will pop over to what was her name? The mysterious one, Serena. I think Serena tickles my fancy.
All right, well, go ahead and have fun.
No bother. And I'm gonna kind of just beeline it towards Serena. Just kind of like take a seat and it's like, "Hello again."
Serena gives you like a broad smile. She says, "Oh, I remember you last night, right? Blue Water Inn?"
Blue Water Inn, yes, that's me. Nice to meet you again.
Oh, well, likewise, really.
So, she said you're new here. I'm new myself, so not really, must be honest, I'm not really sure of the protocol that this particular establishment runs by.
Well, that kind of depends on what you want, dear.
Conversation to start with.
Okay, well, I can do with that.
Wonderful. And just before we jump into like what's definitely going to get us kicked out, which is just going to be me grilling her, would you two like to do anything?
Casario?
Casario might be indisposed at the moment.
I was indicating that she should go first. I don't know where your head's at.
I don't know either. I'm just getting over being sick, guys. So do forgive me. I don't know if it's the cold medicine or what's happening. But
Absolute champion, by the way. Amazing.
it's the brothel. Yeah, I'm sure what's happening.
Do you need a moment? Like,
What was your name, darling?
My name's Julius.
Am I? Julius. Yes. And have you been here long?
Very long.
That's all from me. Carla? John?
Marissa,
John?
no, you don't understand. I'm selling pies. Do you? How much? What? I only have the meat and veggie, but I'm sure the Carla over there has the sweet potato and the other one. How much would you pay for them?
I just really know.
Who are you asking, John? Like,
Mariska.
are you asking? I figured as much. I had to ask.
Yeah.
She's just lying there, like in like an outfit that leaves little to the imagination.
He's looking at her dead in the eyes.
She shifts on the divan, just like making a little bit more obvious that she's wearing nothing that leaves anything to the imagination. She says, "So, let's just start with basics. It's your first time here, isn't it?"
Yeah, I was told you had a bathroom.
would you like to be bathed first?
I mean, I can bathe myself. It's been ages since I've had to have someone bathe me.
Oh, but I insist, she says as she stands up.
It seems very uncomfortable.
You'd be surprised how comfortable it can be.
All right. Is it like renting a room at the hotel or the inn? How much for the bath?
If you want me to help you out with the bath, that would be 2 gold.
And if I don't want you to help me out?
Then it would still be 2 gold.
Oh my god.
Trust me.
You have 2 gold?
You're not going to have any regrets from this.
What if I traded you a pie instead of 2 gold? They're worth about 2 gold.
You're such a fucker.
Show her.
Yeah, I pull out one of the hand pies. I've got 2 more of these, although I only want to give you one. Those others are mine.
Fuck it, I'll do a dice roll on this. Okay, she'll take the pie.
All right.
She looks at the pie. She looks at the pie, and you see an interesting look in her eyes. Like, you know what? Sure, give me the pie, and I'll hook you up with something.
These are really delicious. I really don't want to be giving you one, but I was told I'm not supposed to be eating them.
Okay, just give it over here.
Here,
give it to me.
Brought drugs into a brothel.
What's your name, sweetheart?
John.
All right. Just go ahead and give it to me, John.
I already gave it to you.
Oh, right. She just takes a couple of bites out of that, and she's like, okay, so do you want to get into the bath?
Sure, which way? Do you have any soap?
Yeah, we lots of soap.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Walk over here.
I'm so sorry.
You okay?
I'm so sorry.
All right. As he passes Carla, he's gonna get her attention. I'm gonna be right back. She's showing me to the bath. So I'll see you soon.
Casariel really left you alone, huh? Wow. I mean, I thought she was a lot more possessive than that.
It was 2 gold, and I bargained her for a pie. You'll be very proud of me. I gave her one of my pies.
Very proud of you, John.
We need to get more of those soon. I only have 2 left.
Good luck, brave soldier. Enjoy your time.
Oh, that soap. You gave me that soap, right? I still have it. Okay, cool.
Mariska turns around and looks at you, Carla, and she says, oh, he's going to need all the luck he can get.
Oh, goodness. I feel like I'm sending a man off to slaughter.
I don't slip that often in the bath.
She opens up the door. And as you walk into the baths, John, you run face first into another patron. You recognize him.
Him!
I don't recognize him.
You don't? Okay, John doesn't recognize him.
Well, I mean, what context did I meet him in the church? I don't remember him.
At the other tavern.
Tavern?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was the husband of the one who makes the really bland pies.
That's what I thought, based on the name, but I didn't notice his look. He looked differently.
Hildegard.
What does she not have?
You're the one with the terrible tasting pies. Hi.
I don't know. Out of my way, please, he says, and he scoots by you.
That was rude. All right. So I'll take this one. You take that one.
You say to who?
To Mariska. I mean, she wants a bath too. I'm not going to tell her she can't, bathe.
So Mariska turns around and closes the door behind you. It locks it.
And that was the day John became a man.
Not gonna lie, you stole my words.
I'm so sorry.
You can just reconceal this room for a little while.
Yeah. Censor Barrett for a little bit.
I can't breathe.
So this is the moment where John needed ceremony.
I have ceremony. I just don't have the silver required.
No, that's true. So,
Cool.
the last any onlooker might have heard before the door closed was Mariska looking over at Shyla and saying, "Do you want to help me with this one? It's his first time."
I cast Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
Oh, you sure do, my friend. You sure do.
Remember, at this level, it's 2 blasts. Anyway, okay. I think we're really getting close to that TOS.
Yep.
I think we're good.
Okay, so
Diamandi, if you're out there, I hope you're proud of us.
Diamandi, why would you
is
do
your
this?
fault.
I trusted you.
Gosh, honestly, the one time he's not here too.
I know. Oh, so funny.
Casario, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What do you mean? What am I doing? Nothing.
Who are you? Oh, I mean,
This
what?
gentleman trying to discern whether he is being subjected to something he doesn't want to be subjected to or not.
Oh,
Fairly. Working.
can I give you anything more?
What's on the menu?
He just does like a with the hand, like a gesture along his body. Says everything.
Oh, back to Carla.
Back to Carla. Cutting back to Carla. Seeing Beauregard pass, I'm going to. She definitely was like, oh, no, I met him and his wife yesterday. It's, you probably see all sorts of things in here.
Oh yes. No better place for interesting gossip than a brothel.
I'm going to be so honest with you. I love gossip a lot more than most things. Share something interesting, if you don't mind. I pay handsomely for that.
Why don't we make it a little bit more of a private affair? And I'll share what I know.
Fabulous. And I will join her wherever she's.
All right. She looks at you. She says, "Unfortunately, I will have to charge 5 gold for that."
I hand it over.
All right. She stands up and walks out in front of you.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted. As I'm passing, sorry, go on.
No,
As I'm passing, I look towards Marissa, to Casario, and I'm like, work, you know.
What? Again,
Yep.
I'm not sure.
You're good. Okay. I'm going to continue on then.
All right. As the curtains part, you see behind the curtains a long hallway of black marble that apparently has connecting doors to it. You part the curtains, and a gentleman almost runs into you. He looks at you very briefly, and then kind of tries to shift past you, saying, I'm sorry.
As he tries to go past, I'm going to try and fall into him a little bit, pretend like maybe I've had a bit too much to drink, just to stop him in his tracks a little bit.
Sure.
And
Go ahead.
does he have any visible pockets?
He does.
It's gonna I'm gonna do this in a way where I'm not okay, I'm gonna reword this. I don't want to stop him. What I want to do is just take whatever's in whatever open pocket he has available. So I'm gonna try and bump into him to swipe something.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand.
Good luck.
Are you sure you're not a rogue?
I built her that way, to be honest.
She sings most of her songs in Thief Can't.
19.
19. All right.
Yeah.
You take a very small piece of paper out of his pocket, nothing else. It's folded.
I'm going to kind of like move out of the way so that he can pass and kind of keep this like concealed. And then I'm going to gesture for Serena to take the lead. And as she kind of turns around to take the lead, I'll start reading the paper a little bit.
All right. The gentleman runs, well, not runs, he moves past you, but like hastily, as if he's seen a ghost almost.
Oh, exciting.
And as he like turns, he moves through the red curtains towards, you would assume, the exit. You want to look at the paper?
Yeah. I'm going to wait till Serena gets ahead of me first before I start.
And she goes ahead of you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to read the paper once I'm like here.
The paper is hastily written, and it says, "Good job, Lungari. Next time, try to get more of them."
Reading that, I'm going to go, Serena, darling, would you give me one moment? I really need to go bathroom. I'll be right back. I'm going to turn around. And I'm going to sprint out the door towards Casariel. I'm going to bump into her.
She's just like counting the abs on him. 1, 2, and then she like notices Carla. It's like,
when she's at two, Julius actually grabs your wrist, Casariel, and he's like, "Go on, 3," and he just guides your hand.
Okay.
So she's like
Carla gets
like
there.
a xylophone, like a washboard as she's looking at Carla guiltily.
Hello. So Lingari just fucking passed us. We need to go.
Oh,
fucking, look.
Oh.
And I shoulder the paper. That guy did you see? You probably didn't see him. Serena was going to show me something really interesting, but I don't want to mess up that opportunity. But I need to get him. So would you get him?
Are you talking in my head?
No, I'm talking to you, but like really quietly, like really hastily. That man looks like he has nothing going on behind the brain, so like I don't care.
Give me an insight check on that.
Cool. Okay. Let's see what's the addition to that. Insight. Okay, that's a 10. Yeah, that's a 10.
10 total?
10 total.
Yeah, he's a lot of brawn, but might be some brains there.
So yes, someone really interesting who we both know is after passing. So you should maybe go out and greet him and say hello because he looked very stressed.
Do you think that's more important than what we're doing here, though? Do you really think...
Then make John go do it, but just before he leaves, before he gets out of our sight. That should be really important. Okay, and I'm gonna in my head I'm gonna go, John. Lingari just left.
I'll go.
I'm in the middle of a bath.
I'm in the middle of an Eldritch Blast. Give me one moment.
Eldritch Blast.
I'm sorry, the number you've reached is unavailable at the moment.
Is he touchy about
you know,
that?
Carla, you've got an unpopular opinion right now. I gotta tell you, unpopular opinion that you brought to the table. I don't think
Okay.
you're fighting on it.
Okay, none of you. Okay, fabulous. Okay. I'm going to rush out hair. I was like, okay, fuck, it's fine. And I'm going to rush out hair. When I get hair, is Lingari still there? Is he gone?
He doesn't seem to be here.
Fuck. Okay, there's not much I could do then. Then I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and go back to Serena, but I'm going to keep that note in my pocket. And I'm definitely... When I return, I'm going to be like, oh, sorry, I just had to freshen up a little bit.
I understand.
Yes.
You know, we all want to be our best for, you know. Okay. You ready?
Sure.
Follow me then. She opens up the door and she walks in.
Carla walks in too and immediately takes stock of like anything that looks like the most interesting in this room.
So as you enter, you immediately notice the large amount of white fur blankets and pillows about this room, giving a stark contrast to the otherwise deep crimson red flooring. A sweet smell of lavender comes from a combination of a pot of lavender flowers from the southeast corner and lavender oils which are used to scent the room. Laid out on a red silk bench is a set of white lingerie and a black garter. And the ceilings have white sheer drapes hanging down. The bed has a large white fur sheet adorned with black raven feathers.
Ravens. Interesting. Do you know, the ravens are like the marking of one of the families here.
Oh, is that so? I just use them for good luck. Raven feathers bring good luck in these parts. I know, maybe it's a silly superstition, but I believe in it.
Well, superstitions are born in places. Do you happen to know the story behind that?
I don't exactly, but I've heard stories that ravens come and warn those worthy to make sure that they are being kept on the right path. So if a raven feather is there, it means a raven must have passed. Yeah.
Interesting.
She closes the door behind you, by the way.
I don't love that.
I don't love that either.
Carla just went somewhere where I can't see her, so I'm going to say, what's back there?
Where exactly do you mean?
Well,
do you want to see, like, but, your friend, well, your friend is probably enjoying themselves.
Oh, so it's, the, chambers back there?
Yes. Yeah, mine is back there too. Do you want to see it?
Do I? Of course I do.
I can show you a lot of really nice things in my room.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, sure. That sounds great.
Am I right to assume that you are like an adventurer or something?
That's a bit ambiguous, don't you think? I am... No, I would say I am pretty straight and narrow. I am not adventurous. Mm-mm.
He grabs your wrist and he says, I like it straight and narrow, to be honest. Come with me.
Okay.
Not often somebody refers to themselves as straight and narrow. So,
Carla?
you know, he's got a lot of confidence.
I can't hear
Oh,
you.
he's right next door. Isn't that's great?
That's convenient. Yes. Great.
Isn't that just like socially fitting and all that? Yeah, it's yeah.
Terrible.
He closes the door behind you. And he says, so, what is it that you do?
I am something of a nun. It's true. I know it seems crazy, but I am a priestess. So you know, I'm...
Is that so?
Yes. Afternoon.
Well then.
And also...
Go on.
Oh, the Morning Lord. You know, I'm just now getting into learning more about that. You know, the Morning Lord is interested. She's going to nervously just keep talking as she kind of casually looks around the room, trying to determine how to get out of here, if there's more than one exit, and if there's anything in this room that might be of importance to report back.
Looking around the room is beautifully decorated. with a lovely red carpet. There's some bear furs, and there's just some simple decoration on the bed and beside the bed. There's some lit candles, and the smell over here is a combination of cinnamon and strawberry. The only entrance and exit to this room are a door. There's a set of like wine bottles and wine glasses in the corner as well.
Champagne.
So, did you say that you were a nun?
Yes. Where I come from, which is not here. It's Neverwinter. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Oh. Yes, it's a very big city outside of Barovia. And I am something of a religious figure in it. Really, so I'm just here to are you alright? Are you alright? Do you want to be here? Right here?
He reaches just like beside you. And locks the door. He says, "You're gonna have to forgive me, sister, for I have sinned." Carla?
Yeah, we miscommunicated somehow.
Oh, yes. So, and I'm going to just kind of like take a seat on this like chair. Very prim and proper, very straight backed. I'm going to say, how have you found working here? I know you're new. What the wonderful lady in front said.
She sits beside you and she says, I guess it beats my previous job. You have to meet a lot of interesting people.
Anyone really, really interesting? High up.
I mean, I wouldn't be in this position very long if I would tell you all the people that I go and,
You don't need to name names.
Connect.
Everyone has nicknames.
You're asking things that I cannot tell you. What's your name?
You're
Carla,
asking things
isn't
I cannot tell you. Oh, yes, it's Carla Lilac. Did you know that, see, I'm going to be very, you're new, you don't really have attachments here yet. You would still have, wiggle room. I do consider myself a little bit of a journalist and an investigator, and I like to find out interesting things about cities, which is why I'm here. So, interesting facts about this place, anything... Again, we said we'd talk about gossip. Paid for gossip. I'd pay more for gossip.
You don't have to pay more for that. She rubs the top of your leg a little bit. She says, "But what kind of gossip are you looking for?"
I don't know if you've met him, but the Burgermeister, has he ever frequented here in pursuit of happiness? He seems to desperately...
No, he doesn't come down here. He doesn't know of this place either.
Okay.
I'd like to keep it that way.
Oh, true. He does seem to be against weaponry, and I saw an awful lot of it out there.
All that, and he thinks that he's found the key to happiness, which, trust me, we're the ones that know what true happiness is.
How did you get into something like this? Is there sort of an underbelly in the city? Does he not have a tight of a grip on this place as he thinks he does?
That is a good way to put it, yes.
Interesting. And you said you were working somewhere else previously. Wouldn't mind letting me know where? And to be perfectly frank with you, I am only passing through this place. I don't imagine I'll stay long. I wouldn't cause trouble for you.
That is very nice of you to say that. I was just a shopkeeper for one of the shops in town. I was helping out with that. It didn't cut it. I'm sorry. I needed a little more, and well, that's what this place offers.
Interesting. Now, just one more question. I have a friend, Vasili. He is just delightful. I recently did a mission with him. Just a little drop off at Kresk before coming over here.
Yes.
You ever met him?
Not directly. I've seen him visiting. What's her name again? An awful lot. And she thinks for a second, and she says, Lady Fiona. Lady Fiona Wachter is, yes. He and Lady Fiona have had frequent run-ins together. I'm not sure about what, but they have.
Oh, that's a shame. I mean, he's a friend of mine. I'd hate to think that he would be having run-ins with anyone. He seems like such a pleasant fellow.
Yeah.
Delightful. Okay, well, I'm going to be... I feel like I've gotten quite a bit. I'm going to be so frank. Is anyone being exploited here? Is there someone that we need to kick ass about?
Not really. I feel that everyone that is working here is doing so out of the comfort of, well, at the very least, with the comforting knowledge that we can walk at any time.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel this place brings more love and more happiness than the city above. And I think we all think like that at the end of the day.
And no clients have gone missing here. I know that there's probably...
I know of.
There's probably some interesting characters that come here and then leave and are never seen again, but people who specifically go missing in here, you don't know?
No.
Oh, very well. Been incredibly informative. Your secrets are obviously safe with me. I wouldn't want to ruin anyone's livelihood, but I would also hate to see anyone hurt. So if you ever are in need of assistance, or you know someone in need of assistance, tell them to contact Carla Lilacott. I'm very noticeable in a city. I'm sure someone will be able to get word to me.
All right. I'll
Very
remember
well.
that. Yes.
Now, let me go collect my companions. They really did not want to do this, and I do feel quite bad. Okay, goodbye! And I'm going to try and get up and leave.
She tries to stop you and be like, "Are you sure you want to leave? Like, you paid for the room. You paid for my time. Are you sure you don't want anything else?"
Do you have anything else to give me in terms of gossip? Not anything else like that.
She was like reaching for the top button of her bustier, and she's like, in terms of like talk, not really.
No, that's unfortunately all I'm interested in. In fact, I've been told by many a lover that I really only care about my work. So, and I'm going to leave. And I'm going to say, Casariel. I'm going to reach out for her because we have a connected bond, so I don't have to see her. And I'm just like, Casariel.
Yeah, you can.
Wherefore art thou? Well, where can I collect you?
You're muted.
You're muted.
I will unmute myself first, and then I will jump as she says, "Oh!" haha," and I'll kind of slam back against the locked now door, and then I'll turn and jiggle the handle, realize it's locked, and then try to unlock the door. Nervously.
You can. Like it's not like a difficult lock. It's just like one of those like turn things. So you can totally unlock it.
Do you know you are a lovely man, and when I say lovely, I mean really lovely. I for your time, I'd like to pay you. How much? Should I pay you?
It's 5 gold, but like you get like everything if you want.
Oh, I'll give him 6 gold of mine, and then lovely to meet you. My friend wants to leave, otherwise I would love to stay. And your room is honestly lovely. The bearskin rug is such a nice touch. Really, don't get rid of that because that's such, a fantasy
the
for
whole
most
room
women.
together.
Mario,
And
let's go. Let's go.
I'm going to take a bottle of wine with me, if that's all right. Do you mind?
No, go ahead. Are you sure I can do
Yeah,
that?
I'll give him another gold. I'll take the other bottle of wine. So I've got 2 bottles of wine in my hands, and I'm exiting the room with double
Alright.
fisting bottles of wine.
Okay, where's
Goodbye.
I'm going to reach out in my mind and go, John, I don't care what you're in the middle of. We're leaving.
I feel dirtier than when I came here.
Knock out of here.
Dirtier, but somehow relieved, right? There we go.
Terrible.
John sort of, he's like half of his armor's on. Now he's still putting it on. He's like, this was the weirdest bathhouse I've ever been to.
Anaconda just gives you a smile as you walk past all 3 of you. Come again. Right,
you.
John?
As he passes Kasariel and they rejoin, he looks over, he sees her with the wine. He goes, all I got was a bath. You got wine?
Nope, that's for you. Thought you'd need it. Hand him the other full bottle of wine.
Thanks.
I'm
Pretty much drain half of my bottle.
Carla's going to pick up the weapons, and as she's kind of picking them up, she's just like, they're taken care of, right? Like the girls here, they're not, hurt. You take care of them. To the dwarf.
Yeah.
A lovely, lovely woman.
Yeah, it's a great place. Here's your stuff. He has her weapons, like the weapons, back to all 3 of you.
Noticeably, there is John's mace is gone, or maul is gone, and he just sort of holds his hand together, and it like appears in his hand, and he goes, "I'm good."
We didn't know he could do that. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
And as you get out of there and you get back up the stairs, back to Larnac Publishing, all 3 of you have an interesting story on your mind to contemplate for next week.
Okay.
Wow, very interesting session there.
That's a way to put it.
Alright, be so honest with us, did we miss like a shit ton of stuff there?
I'm not going to tell you. But the place is always open for you to revisit with the right coin and the right people. That was a lot of fun. So
Indeed.
next week we will. Right, there's nothing stopping us from streaming next week, right?
I don't think
the last couple of weeks, vacation and all that. Right? No,
That's
so
good.
we will be back next week, same time, same place. We will, however, have a look at the schedule, so the schedule might change. I'm not sure if that will be for coming Saturday, but if it does, we will let you know both in our Discord and probably also on Twitch. Right, John? We'll just change it over there as well.
Right, yeah, we'll change the schedule on Twitch, but we'll if you want any updates, you can check out our Discord, exclamation point Discord. It is the Gilded Flask.
Yep, absolutely. As a matter of fact, let me, for those of you that are currently in Twitch, let me put it out there for you. Save you the trouble. Other than that, thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are following us on YouTube and or if you are watching this on YouTube, again, I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to watch all the other episodes because, it makes it all the better. And we hope to catch you again next week to see what they do as they exit the Sanguine Rose with their hearts and minds filled with a lot of things. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.